Falcons. Hey yo, batter up, let the ball begin. Solano Falcons, bout to show you how you win. Cause this is our year. Man, forget the past. We take it over right now with our pitching staff. When the count's 0-2, every hit is so through. Fastball right by him, they had no clue. It makes a jaw drop, they got no chew. Strike three, you're out, homie, let him know blue. Solano to the plate and you know it's on. He swings for the pitch, it's going, gone. So don't try and step to the Bay Valley champs, cause we're coming for the pennant. This the Wallachian year. We might strike it out, or we might steal, or make a go-glove play in center field. Solano baseball, all have tight skill. All-stars everywhere, wait for the champions game time.
Good afternoon, ladies, gentlemen, and everyone else. Welcome to the Solano College Sports Network baseball broadcast, where the Solano Falcons host the visiting Laney Eagles in this Bay Valley Conference game. Beautiful day, 23 centigrade, 74 Fahrenheit on this beautiful Thursday, April 10, week 15 of 2025. My name is Nathaniel Thomas. Your play-by-play commentary alongside broadcast analysts Holden Beers and Robert Murray. Holden, we'll start with you. What do we expect from the Laney Eagles?
Well, so far this season, Laney's been really good. 10-3 in conference play, 20-12 overall, and it's been their pitching that's really been their strong suit. They're top 15 in ERA as a team at 3.96. They're 14th in shutouts with, I think, 3 this season. They've won 5 of their last 6, and their last one coming on Tuesday against Solano, winning that game 7-2, where they just lit up Payne Chekaluski, who is arguably Solano's best pitcher. In his 5 innings pitch, he allowed 6 runs. So it wasn't really it was the pitching and the hitting in that game for this Laney team. Pitching today for them is Alex Gomez, who's one of their best pitchers, 2.3 ERA, 1.06 whip. He's got 65 strikeouts in 58 innings pitched. He's been one of their most consistent pitchers all season long. And he's looking to get another win today here against Solano.
Well, it looks like it's going to be a fierce competition. Robert, what do we expect from the Solano Falcons?
Yeah, the Solano team, they're 6-7 coming into today in conference play. And last game, like Holden was saying, 7-2 loss versus this Laney team. Laney, they're a tough team, good team, top 3 in the conference. And when you play these top teams in the conference, you have that expectation coming in, hey, we got to play our best versus these teams. And the thing about the Solano team and all of their losses, a common theme is their offense never gets going early. And when the offense doesn't get going early for this team, the rest of the team just never follows. Pitching gets behind. Pitchers, when you get behind pitching-wise, it allows the Laney hitters to get ahead and do whatever they want, spread the ball over the field. As Holden was talking about, Payne Chekaluski, he got lit up in his last start, and that's unusual for him this year. And when you get behind hitters and are not being productive early in at-bats, it's just a bad case for the Solano team. But I expect them to be good today. Eli Byrne is on the mound. He's been good for them. He's been a great story. He's started out in that bullpen, but now coming up and being that main starter for them, it feels like now, ever since he's having those good outings where he goes 7 innings, it feels like every time.
Yeah, it looks like Eli Byrne has certainly emerged as one of the top arms in the Solano Falcons repertoire. So we'll go to the Laney Eagles lineup.
So batting first for the Eagles is Jesus Vasquez, one of their best hitters. Batting second, Mateo Valadez, their right fielder. Batting third is Casey Levette McGee. He's in left field. Batting fourth is Easton Green. He's their DH hitter. Batting fifth is Jacob Odom, their third baseman. Batting sixth is Leo Asfar at first base. Batting seventh is Zane Salas Holmes. He's their catcher. Batting eighth is Siraj Shabazz. He's their center fielder. And rounding out the lineup at the ninth spot is Ronald Gay Jr. at second base.
Thank you, Holden. And now the lineup for the Solano Falcons.
Your Falcons starting lineup. Your designated hitter.
Jace Parkinson, Angelo Rodriguez High School.
At shortstop.
Mason Sayre, we'll see what high school.
Playing second base.
Michael Rivera, Vacaville High School.
Playing right field.
Cameron Taylor, Napa High School.
Your third baseman.
Tyler Chalk, Vacaville High School.
The left fielder.
Rolando Ramos, Pioneer High School.
At first base.
Bryce Alcantara, Vanden High School.
Catching.
Kane Hill, Vanden High School.
In center field,
Javi Manila, Westmore High School.
your Falcons starting pitcher.
Eli Blurton, Vacaville High School.
And now Brooklyn Gonzalez with her interview with Coach Stover.
Brooklyn Gonzalez here with head coach Scott Stover. Coach, what are you seeing from warm-ups today that you were liking so far?
You know, we had a little 2-game skid there, and we hadn't really been playing well, but we practiced real well yesterday, and they came out so far today with pregame. I think they're attacking it professionally, and hopefully they continue that throughout the game.
What are you expecting to see from Blurton today on the mound in order to continue that success that we've seen from him recently?
He's been really good his last few outings. We're hoping he just gets ahead of hitters, and when he starts getting behind, his pitch count goes up, we can't use him as long. If we can get him to get ahead of each hitter, we could probably get him for 6 or 7 innings, so that's the goal we're shooting for.
Yeah, last time you told us that it was important to get that lead early in the innings, and in order to do that, to put the pressure on the defense. How will you achieve that today?
Yeah, when we were beating Yuba, it was short game and then like putting guys in motion. Last game against Laney, we only got 4 hits, so we don't have an opportunity to do a lot of that stuff. So we're hoping we get some guys on base early, and then we can start putting more pressure on them with doing those things. But we really have to get the top of the order on base early.
Right. Thank you so much for your time, and good luck today. I'm Brooklyn Gonzalez. Back to you, Nathan.
Well, thank you, Brooklyn, for another great interview. The first pitch is set for about 4 minutes from now. Right now, the plate umpires, field umpire, Donald Say and Kyle Sid, discussing with the head coaches the ground rules. They're putting out each corner what's in play, what's not. But, you know, it's a beautiful April spring day. Like we said, 74 Fahrenheit. But it is cloudy, a little dusty. So we'll see how that's going to affect the ball today.
Yeah, certainly the wind, I think, has died down a little bit, though, from when we first got here. When I first got here, it was super windy, but hopefully now that it's died down a little bit, these Solano hitters, like you said, Robert, can get going early. Leading off for them is Parkinson, their DH hitter, and we haven't seen him lead off at all, and we rarely see him play in half of these games, but as a 300-plus hitter average-wise, he could spark something for the Solano lineup early in this game.
Yeah, I mean, whatever gets the lineup going, whatever can start a rally early for the Solano squad. And like you guys were talking about the wind, this is the first time I've seen the wind really come from the north and blow out to the right field. Usually it's just blowing straight out center field, ball will fly in all directions, but that wind might be swirling up there and it might be a little tough today.
Yeah, I mean, there's a lot to be hanging on for, especially with the Laney offense. I mean, Luis Vasquez in 32 games and 135 at-bats, 55 base hits for a 407 batting average. That's great. He's slugging 548, his base percentage is 467. Another batsman a year ago, he's batting 365. None other than Casey Levitt McGee at 150 bases. So these guys, you know, they all got a lot of looks, and you know, it's going to be a very tough outing for them. But like we said, Blurton has come out as one of the top arms. So this is his real chance facing an offense like this.
Yeah, and I think his biggest battle today is going to be against Levitt McGee. You know, you talked about him having a 365 average, but he has a 479 on-base percentage and leads the team in walks with 26. So I think that's going to be the battle of today in terms of Laney's offense versus Solano's defense, Blurton versus McGee. I'd love to see how that goes.
beautiful national anthem is over him. Like you guys were saying about Levitt McGee, I thought he was an interesting player coming into this game, how he's at a 365 clip. But he's also a utility man listed on the depth chart, and it's just always impressing me that these guys who can play everywhere are so consistently hitting good at the rate that they are. That always just impresses me.
Yeah, especially at this level. I mean, it's tough when you're playing a pitcher like Blurn, but Blurn's not even the best pitcher we've seen here in junior college. But I think another battle is going to be great. Like you said, Jesus Vasquez for Laney, batting .407 on the season, .467 on base percentage. Blurn likes to pound the zone a lot, but that can be trouble against a team that's as good of hitting as Laney has, especially with Jesus Vasquez batting that 400-plus average. If he's pounding the zone a lot against Vasquez, against Levitt McGee, against Mateo Valadez, it's going to be trouble for him, I think. So he's really got to get good location on his pitches today if Solano wants to give up as the least amount of runs as they can.
Well, yeah, talking about Blurn, last time we did a broadcast Blurn pitch and the game was like 2.5 hours long. It was a quick game all around because hitters are attacking Blurn early because he's not going to play around with it. He's just going to attack you like you're there, no matter what type of hitter you are.
You know, and he loves that fastball up in the corners. I think that's one of his best pitches. But with the guys that Laney has batting the way they do, he might have to mix it around, throw that curveball in more, throw a slider maybe. Whatever off-speed he's got in his repertoire, I think he should use it more today, even though the fastball is his best pitch easily.
He's the best man for the job today, and he's about to face off against the leadoff batsman, Jesus Vasquez, jersey number 5, starting shortstop, a right-handed batsman, righty on a righty matchup as he takes the box. The third baseman, Shaw, is playing at the lip of the grass. The first baseman, Alcantara, is playing behind first. First pitch of the ball game, right on time. 2:03 Pacific Standard Time. That one's going to be grounded, 2 chalk on 1 hop. The throw across the diamond, 1 away, and that's how this game unfolds.
And this is what I was talking about when teams attack Blurton early because he just pounds the zone and he gets quick outs on the ground and through the air for him.
Yeah, and before Blurn started getting these starts in these games, we would see teams be a lot more patient against the Solano team early in counts and early in the game, really draw a lot of walks, especially against Chikaluski.
First pitch to Mateo Valadez is a called strike. Valadez, jersey number 2, is starting right field. A left-handed batsman. The pitch from Blurton. Ooh, it's going to hit him. So, first baseman aboard for the Eagles. 1 runner on, 1 out. Over the third slot, Casey Levitt McGee.
And like I was saying, ever since Blurn's come in, we've seen teams on the broadcast especially be a little more aggressive at the plate against Blurn. But it's because Blurn pounds the zone a lot.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised here if he just attacks his zone and gets a ground ball double play. It wouldn't surprise me whatsoever. Just yanking that fastball inside. Didn't work too well for him right there, but he's known to bounce back in adversity.
Another righty on lefty matchup. Levitt McGee takes ball 1 up in the air. Levitt McGee, 22, the left fielder. Working from the stretch for the first time today. Unwinds and misses up and away, 2-0.
Just got to locate your pitches a little bit more in the zone, especially against McGee. That's an easy take for Levitt with his 26 walks on the season.
He's got a good eye, and the 2-0 is high. So a little early, and Blurton's thrown 4 straight balls if you count the last one that hit Valadez. Now Blurton set just above the belt. The kick and the pitch. The runner goes. No, a very aggressive secondary that was. He stays at first. There's a called strike at the top of the zone. It was a fastball just above the belt. Laney College sporting a green jersey, 39 miles south of the Cortinas Bridge. As Levitt McGee takes his base, Valadez moves to second. It's about a 45-minute drive south of here. They're in Oakland. So it's good to see that Oakland still has a green bearing jersey in their city, as it should be. Here's the right-handed batsman, the cleanup hitter, Easton Green. Oh, very fitting.
Yeah, fitting you were just talking about the green color, and Green's coming up the bat here.
And Green, an underrated hitter for this team, 329 average. He's in the DH slot today. See what he can do with 2 runners on with 1 out.
Takes ball 1 very patiently. So 2 free bases here.
Yeah, it's rare from Eli Blurn to not have command early in these ball games.
Paints the outside corner, even it out. 1 ball, 1 strike. Easton Green is having a chat with Donald Say, asking where that was. Here's the 1-1. Ooh, curveball, look out. Easton Green had to duck out of the way as that curveball slipped away from.
And that's the tough thing about early in starts is when you don't have the grip on your breaking stuff, it's really hard to locate pitches, especially when they could just sit on fastball and attack it.
2-1, fastball. It was just you by yourself. It was strike 2. So 2 balls, 2 strikes.
Yeah, it seems like the fastball's the most commanding pitch for him easily in this game so far. He's missed a lot with the breaking ball.
He's established it on that outside corner. And I think it may have just been, I mean, it's no coincidence the 2 basemen, 2 base runners, I should say, were left-handed batsmen. So perhaps the look, different look for Eli Burton. But now he likes pounding the outside zone for the right-handed hitters. Goes at it again, but swung on and fouled away. That can always be difficult too. You know, you have those cutouts of batsmen in the bullpen, and it could be very useful to switch it and just get that look for a left-handed batsman, because then when you paint the outside corner, it's mirrored, and it does mess with your release point a little bit. Now he's going to set 2 balls, 2 strikes. Oh, and there's a balk. Balk call. Runner on second base, Mateo Valadez, got an early break. He really was dancing around there and distracted Burton. It looks like he stepped off the rubber incorrectly, I believe was the call.
Yeah, I believe Blurton started to pick up his front foot before anything happened. He could have just gone backwards with it and thrown to second base for that pickoff attempt, but he got a little confused, a little rushed, and picked up his back foot.
So, batsman's full house. 3-2.
Be huge for Solano if Blurn can get this out right here. Don't want bases loaded with only 1 out.
Yeah, you got to locate your pitch, and I think fastball outside corner here will be a great one.
Yeah, it looked like he tried to go with that fastball outside corner, but
looked like it leaked over the plate a little bit more than he would like.
Yeah, I think Green was on top of it.
The payoff pitch. Line drive, center field. Manila has a beat on it. He's going to catch it for the out, but the runner at third is going to tag, and the first run of the ball game belongs to the Laney Eagles.
And that's just good hitting there. Getting the ball into the outfield, just doing your job, allows Laney to get that 1-0 lead early here.
And that sac fly, that's a significant part of Laney's game as well. They're 7th in sacrifice flies in all of California. It's one of their best stats outside of in the hitting area. That's their best stat overall.
Yeah, I remember you talking to us about that pregame. You were like, interesting note, sac flies is a big part of Laney's game.
And we see it in the first inning.
That's certainly a winning formula. Ooh, look out, that hits him in the head. Jacob Odom is going to take his free base after he picks up his helmet.
And that was another breaking ball that Blurren missed with, but he missed wildly right there.
Yeah, Odom just taking it. He's lucky his helmet came flying off as he went into that crouch, because that would have hurt a little bit more if the helmet stayed on.
The helmet certainly took most of the blow. It's weird to think that when this game was first invented in the mid to late 1800s, batsmen just went up there wearing a hat. Here's Leo as far. He's going to swing at the first offering, ground ball to Alcantara. It's going to be a foot race between Blurton and the batsman, and he's up! Wow, great play. Blurton working with his first baseman to get the last out of the inning. They limit the damage to just 1 run as we head into the bottom of the first. Due up is Parkinson, Sayer, and Rivera.
I'm Tyler Chalk. Thanks for watching the Solano College Sports Network.
Well, he can't go yard on the first pitch if he doesn't even get a pitch to hit, Holden. Like I was telling you.
It certainly would be something if Parkinson was to do something.
Well, he went right center.
Yeah, I was gonna say if he does something like that, it would be certainly would be crazy. But
hey,
sometimes you ground out to
sometimes you just got to put a crazy call out there, you know?
Yeah.
But if someone were to actually go yard, it would be this man right here, Mason Sayer, or Cameron Taylor.
It'd be huge for Sayer to just get on base, I think, for Solano.
Yeah, the lead on base man for Solano, for sure.
Let me find my walk up, so let me think, bro. And the pitch upstairs, 1 ball, 1 strike.
A lot of high pitches so far from Gomez. But coming into this game, I mean, he seems like one of the best pitchers we've seen. 2.3 ERA, 1.06 whip, 65 strikeouts.
Strike 2, so he's very crisp with his delivery. He's just pacing all the corners right now, so Solano's going to have to be aggressive against this pitcher. Certainly command the zone.
Nah, I almost said ain't no fun, but they have to bleep out everything.
Here's the 1-2. Curveball, high. 2-1-2. Not a bad pitch.
Yeah, it certainly was close right there. Good job by Sayer, though, laying off of it.
Ain't no fun is the horniest song I ever heard.
Yeah, those high curveballs are very delicate because they could drop into the zone. Just like that one almost did. And yeah, same spot. Now that's a full house after Sayer was behind 1 and 2.
That's probably the best part of Sayer's game is his eye for the ball. As he gets walked right here.
Yeah, there it is, Mason Sayer. The man who likes getting on base for the Solano team, that's for sure. Early and often.
Has decent legs. He can certainly run. He takes fairly slightly above aggressive. Pitcher might have to pay attention to it. The slide step pitch is a quality.
Well, and here's the thing about Michael Rivera. We've been seeing him get quite a bit more stars here recently. He's just been consistent overall this year, and I really like his game. Just quiet, goes about his business.
Nonchalant, you could say.
Quite nonchalant for sure.
This strike two, he certainly has a full comp collected about his demeanor. In the box, he's really risen to that role. He's batting in the middle of the lineup, getting those starts on the field. He'll really take any position. Utility player, easy take, right at the middle of the helmet. But today you see Rivera starting at second base. The last few days we've seen him at third. We have seen him at first. So very versatile player. A lot of good things about this young man. Now Gomez sets and the 1-2. It's a hit and run. High chopper. This is perfect. Tough play for the shortstop. The unorthodox. Everybody's safe. Sayer is gonna get sent home. Here comes the throw, the slide, the tag. Safe. And this game is tied.
What an error there from Laney. I mean, it was probably going to be a close play at first for over to Rivera, but it's just a wild throw. And Sayer advances all the way from first all the way to home, and Rivera gets all the way to third. What a huge mistake there from the Eagles. And now Cameron Taylor, probably the hottest hitter on this Solano team, is up to bat with a runner on third.
Yeah, in the last broadcast we did, he went yard, and it went really far.
It was more than yard, I think. I think it was 422 feet, 106 off the bat. I mean, it was a nuke.
Yeah, you knew it was gone instantly. Wouldn't mind another pimp job here.
So Rivera has this single. He would have been safe regardless, but he advances all the way to third on the error.
Yeah, for sure a single error.
That's gonna hit Taylor.
Yeah, that one hurt.
He's not wearing an elbow guard. He just took that like a champ.
Yeah, he took that deep breath, and now he's running down to first.
So far, both teams have hit pitchers now in the first inning, or hit batters, excuse me.
Very fortuitous. It works out for the defense.
Yeah, and here's the top hitter for Solano, Tyler Chalk, 406 average. I mean, it feels like every time we see Tyler Chalk at one of these games, he's getting at least 2 hits.
Now timeout is called. We're going to have a discussion on the mound. Yeah, Tyler Chalk has been hot.
And it's been a lot of pitches here in the first inning for either pitcher. Eli Blurn had 19, and we're up to 15 already here for Gomez.
Yeah, I think they're certainly looking for a double play right here, like you said, Nathan. With his pitch count kind of rising and only 1 out, runner on first. Certainly would be the perfect play for the Eagles to get out of this inning.
Send a message.
Well,
be careful with it.
It's
not necessarily an aggressive talk.
I think in the game of baseball is, they say it's a gentleman's game, but they also want to get your lick back also. Like if someone gets hit, you also want to not say on purposely hit someone, but you wouldn't mind hitting the other person, getting closer inside. like it hit off Cameron Taylor's forearm right there.
Exactly. 2-0 pitch to Chalk. Gets a ball strike with a curveball drop back in. Yeah, I mean that's the type of thing where, you know, when you're coaching a pitcher. Yeah, you know, a batsman gets hit, you tell him, okay, clear, a batsman comes up for their team, just attack it inside. Whatever happens, happens. Off the end of the bat to the first baseman, he's gonna step on one, the throw to second, safe. So a very productive out from Tyler Chalk. Runners on second and third now for Rolando Ramos.
I mean, the only play right there for the first man as far was going to be that first base. No way they're going to get Taylor at second there. But now 2 down here for Laney, and they can get out of this game with the inning with it being tied here.
Yeah, now Gomez is pitching against Ramos, who sometimes is on and off for the Solano team. Sometimes he's doing really well in a game, and sometimes he just can't seem to find any contact with the pitches. So we'll see how he is this game. But certainly can be a solid player for the Falcons team.
Oh yeah, he certainly has all the tools. It's just a matter of if yeah, you're right, if he's seeing the ball well that day. But no better man for the job right now. 2 runners on, 2 out, tie ball game. His back is sweet.
Yeah, Ramos a little bit fooled right there. Didn't know exactly what he was looking at.
He's on 2 now. He's going to have to protect the plate. Anything close, he's going to have to get a swing off.
And that was a beautiful pitch from Gomez right there. Let's see if he goes breaking ball again.
When was the last time you went to White?
Outside. Well, a chance for Solano to jump out early. I mean, the table's set. If they can't clean it up here, who knows what other opportunities the game may present as it goes on.
Yeah, especially with a good starter in Gomez. You want to attack these good pitchers early. That's when they're trying to find their command, and when you let them settle in, they can just cruise through 7 innings like it's nothing.
Pitch from Gomez. He's looking in. Look out. He gets out of the way.
I mean, we've had a lot of pitches up and in at batters here today.
Might be something with the baseballs, maybe.
Yeah, it's a little bit different type of climate here today. It does feel a little dry.
Oddly humid, you could say maybe.
2 ball, 2 strike, 2 out. The pitch. Swung on check swing back to the pitcher. Ramos is going to trip, and it's an easy play to first to end the threat. The score is tied, however, 1-1 as we head into the top of the second. Due up is Silos Holmes, Shabazz, and Gay Jr.
I'm Zer. Thanks for watching Solano College Sports Network.
Baseball broadcast. Here we are in the top of the second inning. Here's Zane Silos Holmes.
Showing bunt right off the bat.
And he's going to pull it back. He just wanted to take a really good look at it. Good move from the catcher. Certainly wanting to know what he's got in terms of command. Here is the 0-1 to the outside. 1-1 the count.
Well, interesting. He has an elbow guard. He has some of that fancy stuff on, but no batting gloves.
Yeah, certainly not something you really see at all from hitters nowadays. It's very rare. So that pitch is high.
Yeah, usually with these type of guys that wear no batting gloves, usually you don't see like any other gear on them either. So interesting that the elbow guard's on.
The 2-1. Whoa. Strike. 2-2.
Yeah, that was right at the bottom of the zone. He's got a low stance. So even with a pitch that looks low right there, that's in the zone.
Now ground ball to the shortstop Sager. Throws it to first in time for out.
Yeah, Solano, they're sure-handed on defense. Not going to see much balls get by these infielders. And their catching unit, pretty good. Outfielder, solid all around. We've seen Manila make a few diving plays out there. Cameron Taylor with an outfield assist last game we covered. Just all around good defense here for Solano. And that's why Eli Blurren must trust a lot. When you have great defenders behind you, pitchers love that.
Yeah, it certainly gives them more confidence at the mound when they're getting later into games as well.
Yeah, and for as much as the things haven't quite panned out for the Falcons, their defense has certainly never faltered as Manila catches this fly ball from Shiraz Shabazz for out number 2.
Blurren certainly bouncing back in this inning. 2 quick outs. We'll see if he can go 1, 2, 3 right here.
And that's the sign of a good ball player. He can make those adjustments. Here is the 9th slot, Ronald Gay Jr., the second baseman, jersey number 3.
Yeah, we'll see what the sophomore Gay Jr. can do here. He's played in 28 games this year, only has 7 RBI.
Fouls that one straight back. 1 ball, 1 strike.
Doesn't seem like he does a lot of hitting.
Gets a look today against the Falcons. And the pitch is a ball and strike. So 1-2. Blurren with a chance to have a 1-2-3 inning.
Yeah, I think if you're Blurren, you want to pound the zone here with this guy. He's got a 327 on base percentage, 14 walks. Certainly has a good eye.
Way outside, 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 out. Yeah, not a bad approach at all. I mean, Blurren, if he's able to pound the zone, this is the type of batsman where you just want to challenge him to hit it, see what he can do. Something in the zone. Blurren now winds, deals the 2 games. Popped up. This is playable. It looks like the second baseman Rivera is under it to secure out number 3. The 1-2-3 inning for Blurren. Due up is Alcantara, Dylan Manila.
I'm Cooper Dwyer. Thanks for watching Solano College Sports Network.
Hi, my name is Eric Visser. I'm in my 5th year as the athletic director of Solano College. To experience community college and its mission has been an outstanding experience. Solano College has a very rich tradition in intercollegiate athletics dating back to 1947. I'm very proud to communicate that rich tradition is still being continued with fine young men and women that represent Solano College on and off the court. In the fall we have the volleyball program. We have a very successful women's soccer program. We have both men's and women's basketball. And then we transition to 4 programs: baseball, of softball, men's women's tennis, and men's and women's swimming. It is our mission to excel our programs and our student athletes in academics. All of our student athletes are committed to give back to the community. And we would invite you to be a part of Solano College Athletics by visiting our website www.solanoathletics.com, and you feel a warm welcome at Solano.
Back to the Solano College Sports Network baseball broadcast. We're here in the bottom of the 2nd inning. Jersey number 34, the left-handed batsman Bryce Alcantara steps up to the plate. He's getting things back at it against Alex Gomez.
Yeah. Alex Gomez had a longer first inning, 23 pitches right there. We'll see if he could cut it down here in the 2nd inning. versus the bottom half of the order versus Solano.
Yeah, maybe do the same thing that Blurren did, kind of struggle a little bit in that first inning, then bounce back in the second inning. We'll see if Gomez can do the same thing.
Well, that's the thing I was talking about with these really good pitchers. It feels like when you can score runs off them, it's early. It's hardly ever late in ball games. They tend to lose their command.
Good curveball from Gomez. We haven't seen that one too often. That might be a third pitch in the mix.
Yeah, that was a nasty pitch that Alcantara just completely missed.
Strike three called on the outside corner. One away here in the second.
Yeah, and Alcantara just couldn't really identify what pitches he was seeing. Got froze up there on that fastball in the zone. But we'll see. Kane Hill coming up, and he's been getting a lot more playing time recently.
Yeah, it's been productive playing time, I'd say, in place of J.J. Dane for some of these games.
Well, he's batting .368 with a .435 on base and a .421 slug, and that's pretty good from your backup catcher.
So, you can get your headset. You're in the city until we get a fucker's back. So you got practice unmuted. Our apologies for the technical.
I think I was on 2.
Strike one. 1 ball, 1 strike is the count.
Yeah, and then I go to get headsets out of our thing. It's like none of the headsets are in there.
Swing and out of play, so 1 ball, 2 strikes now for Kane Hill.
Gotta love how productive Kane Hill is. It's been a very productive season for him so far.
And there's a foul tip into the mitt of the catcher, Silos Holmes, for out number 2. Back-to-back strikeouts for Gomez.
Yeah, and here's the defensive star-studded center fielder for the Solano team, Javier Manila. And I've been liking that he's in this 9-hole now. It tends to usually lead off ball games when we see him, but having him in that 9-hole, just being able to flip the bottom of the order to the top, we'll see how it works here today.
Yeah, I mean, your 9th slot is basically the second leadoff batsman, because once it swings back around to Parkinson. Oh, he's going to drop a bunt. Oh, and there's some communication issues. The throw to first, still in time. A 1-2-3 inning, not a bad idea from Manila, just didn't quite pan out. Still a 1-1 ball game. Due up is Vasquez, Valadez, and Levitt McGee.
My name is Rolando Ramos. Thank you for watching the Solano College Sports Network.
I'm Rusty Mays. I'm one of the instructors here at the Solano Community College Aeronautics program here at the Nut Tree Airport. Here at Solano Community College, we really see them thrive and learn. We have a 100% pass rate with our examiner.
I'm Kevin Spolstra, instructor, Solano Community College Aeronautics. At Solano Community College Aeronautics program, we teach the students aviation maintenance. We teach them the general subjects, the airframe subjects, and the power plant subjects. The students will also be prepared to pass their multiple tests from the FAA. At Solano Community College, we also have a partnership with Delta Airlines. Through Delta Tech Ops, students that complete the program, they will be considered for employment as an aviation maintenance technician.
Welcome back to the Solano College Sports Network baseball broadcast. We're here in the top of the 3rd inning, and my name is Nathaniel Thomas, joined by Robert Murray. Again, our apologies for the audio issues we had in the first 4 half frames. But now Jace Parkinson is still going to be the designated hitter. He's going to lead off the bottom of the 3rd. Here in the top of the 3rd, it's the leadoff batsman, Jesus Vasquez. So a very symmetrical line through the order, through 2 complete innings of work. Both teams have sent up exactly 9 batsmen. So Jesus Vasquez in his second at-bat today, facing off against Blurton.
Yeah, it's been a little bit of traffic on the bases here today for two pretty good starting pitchers. They seem to have settled down here a little bit after their first inning of work.
Yeah, Vasquez grounded out to Chalk over at third base, back for the first out of the ball game. Now he's going to swing at that one and send it out of play.
Yeah, and we'll see how the second time through the order works here for Laney. They tend to be a top 15 team offensively and pitching. So, pretty good team here in this Bay Valley Conference that Solano's versing here today.
Here's the 1-1. Low, 2-1.
Yeah, and the strike zone, those low pitches have been called here today, but looks like they're not. That one wasn't called right there.
And there's strike number 2. So, interesting approach. Hill caught the last pitch that was called for ball 2 in that more traditional catcher stance. He takes a new school approach and sends one leg out and just sits flat on the ground and he gets the call. So it really is a matter of the frame job. Here's the 2-2 and strike 3 called on the outside corner, 1 away.
Testing 1, 2, 3. Testing 1, 2, 3.
Yeah, and that was a good strikeout there by Eli Blurton. And he seems to have really settled down since that first inning. It's not been a lot of traffic on the bases. He's been going to work quite easy.
Yeah, 5 batsmen retired in a row after he hit 2 in the first and walked 1. Here's a chopper to Rivera. He can't handle it, and that's through for a base hit. Did he get a glove on that ball?
He did not even touch that ball with his glove. Usually, the Solano team is sure-handed here on defense, and especially Rivera.
Yeah, not the fault of Rivera at all. That was just a weird hopper that was right at eye level. Every hop seemed to be right at his eyes. So here is Casey Levitt McGee, another left-handed batsman.
Yeah, we'll see what Levitt McGee can do. He's one of the top hitters on this team.
Swinging that ball is high in the air. Welcome back to the booth, Holden Beers. Yes, he is.
There's some technical difficulties, but it seems like we've got it figured out.
Well, we have flip-flop chairs since then.
Yeah, that's one of the fun parts about this being a student-run production. You know, things aren't always as smooth as ESPN, but we're getting as close as we like. Here's the 0-1, up and away, but we appreciate everyone at home who was giving us their feedback. Yeah. All of our dedicated fans listening to every pitch. Couldn't do this without you.
Blurton right there throws another curveball and once again can't seem to find the location of it.
Yeah, and you said you liked Levitt McGee coming into this game in his first at-bat even. You were talking about him.
Yeah, I mean, he's got the best eye on the team. He's leading the team widely in walks, has the best on-base percentage on the team as well. So he was my highlight player for a reason going into this game for this Eagles team.
Swing and a line drive to center field. Manila has to go back, and Manila, he loses it in the sun, and it's going to bounce off the wall. The run's being waved in. Here's the relay. The throw home. One hopper, and the slide safe. It was close, but the batsman, the runner, Valadez, just beat it out. Casey Levitt McGee with an RBI double to take the lead.
We usually are talking about the Solano team being sure-handed out there, pointing out Manila and Rivera, but they've had 2 costly plays here this inning, allowing a runner to score. And usually Javi, he doesn't lose that one.
Yeah, and certainly with the sun in his eyes might have affected it a little bit, and with how fast he was running at the same time as trying to track the ball, certainly a tough play there for Manila. And the speed of Valadez to get all the way home. It was a good throw from Manila all the way to the home plate. Just better speed there from Valadez to get the run in.
Yeah, I mean, that's not an error at all. You can't fault Manila. I mean, it's just impressive at all that he got there with the way how it was hit low and with the way that Manila had to tracked that low line drive with his back to home plate, basically. It was just impressive.
I think he overran it a little bit because you saw him like put on the brakes really quick there at the end and try to come back to that ball after he was getting behind it.
Well, there's a pop-up. Chalk calls everyone off. There's out number 2.
Yeah, and you have to look back on that error by Rivera. There wouldn't be a runner on if he gets a glove on that ball. So we'll see if the Blurring can bounce back.
Swinging a ground ball to the shortstop Sayer, who throws it across, and that'll do it. 1 run is aboard. It's 2-1 now. The Eagles take the lead as we head into the bottom of the 3rd. Due up is Parkinson, Sayer, and Rivera.
Hi, my name is Javi Manila. Thank you for watching the Solano College Sports Network.
The exponential growth from the program from my first year to my 3rd year now, that's what keeps me coming back and keeps me excited and just like fulfills me as a person.
It's so impressive, and we every time we walk in here, you guys are doing something different. It's great. It's
nothing but opportunities here, and we have sports to cover, we have the equipment.
Because the more ambitious you are, the more opportunities you'll have.
On-the-job training is huge.
Get the hands-on experience.
When someone asks who can do it, you know, you can raise your hand and say, I can do it, so.
Joining the class was the best decision I ever made.
Stand by, we're going to go to cut 1. And cut 1.
Cross court to Audrey Jones. Audrey for 3! It is good! With 1.3 seconds left on the game clock, Audrey Jones with one of the biggest shots.
The sky's the limit, really, with what we can do here.
Welcome back to the Solano College Sports Network baseball broadcast. It's a 2-1 ball game as the Eagles take the lead over the Solano Falcons. The leadoff batsman stepping up to face off against Gomez for the 2nd time today.
We'll see if he can have a better outing here at this at-bat. Grounded out his first at-bat. It was a solid contact on the ball. It's just the second baseman, Gay Jr., had really good positioning on it. Able to get the easy out. We'll see if Parkinson has something at the plate now.
Yeah, an interesting note. Both these pitchers have an unearned run on their line today after a few errors by their defense.
Parkinson showed bunt, and it's a called strike. Oh my gosh, it's almost as if like when you show bunt and you pull it back, as long as the catcher catches it, it's a called strike.
Yeah, it feels that way.
And that's low. I think it also helps when the pitcher, when you show bunt like that, you know, the batsmen, they're obviously trying to get a closer look at the pitch. Ooh, ground ball up the middle, backhanded by Gay Jr. at second. It's in the dirt, and the first baseman can't pick it out. Parkinson's rounding first, and he's going to start off the bottom of the 3rd on second base. That's going to be an error on the second baseman.
Like you were just saying, Nathan, the errors from the defense caused those unearned runs for both teams. And right there, Laney makes another error. Could have got the out at first, as it would have been a close play, as Parkinson was just about to get to the base as the ball was getting there. And the ball just goes over the head of Asfar.
Well, it feels like Gay Jr., he saw Parkinson busting it down the line, and felt like he rushed that throw a little bit for it to be spiked and get by the first baseman Asfar.
So now Mason Sayer showing bunt. He's actually going to drop it. And the throw to first. And they got him. Wow, great play from Odom, number 19 over there at third base to get the speedy Mason Sayer. But productive at-bat. The tying run is now on 3rd with only 1 out.
Yeah, and this is what you're used to seeing, right? Holden, last year, the Solano team, you said they would do this quite a bit, and even coming from one of their best hitters.
Yeah, I mean, that was their main game offensively last season, was the small ball bunts when you get, and a lot of walks as well. J.J. Dane, I think, was top 5. Or they had 2 hitters top 5, one of them being J.J. Dane in walks in the conference. So they played a lot of small ball, and it worked out for them last season. But this year, you haven't seen it as much, but right there paid off for Mason Sayer, one of their best hitters.
Yeah, I mean, you can't ask for a better bunt than that. It was right on the grass down the third base line. That's the type of bunt that you would see on the Japanese or Korean League bunt-off derbies, just right on the target.
Those always fascinated me.
Dude,
we need that in the major leagues. See a little competition at the All-Star break.
Well, we need fans who care enough to cheer that stuff on. Here is the 1-0 pitch. It's low. The infield is in, so they're going to try to get the run over at third.
Yeah, maybe Solano could take a page out of Laney's book here and get a sac fly to tie up this game.
Well, Michael, no better man for the job than Michael Rivera.
Yeah, we'll see. Just get in that outfield. You know, Parkinson obviously wants to use that speed to score.
And a called strike. The 3-1 right there was a curveball that dropped in. Very impressive, the fact that Gomez on 3-1 can throw a curveball for a strike. So it's a pitcher's full house after he was down in the count.
Well, that's the difference between an average and good pitcher. How can you locate your breaking ball when you need to?
Well, Rivera beats the full house. He draws a walk. So it's a pair of snake eyes for Cameron Taylor, the cleanup batsman. He was hit by a pitch back in the 4th inning.
You know, I don't think Laney minds that walking Rivera right there. Is now you got to run on first. You got a chance for a double play with 1 out.
Yeah, but risky business up at the plate with Cameron Taylor, that's for sure.
Here's strike 1.
Yeah, Taylor thought that ball was a little bit inside for his liking, having a little chat with the home plate umpire.
And yeah, those are the types of conversations you have to learn to have as a ball player when you get older. You have to look back at your ump and say, yeah, is that going to be a strike all day? Because that was a little inside. Is there any more inside than that? That's not going to be a strike, right?
Yeah.
So you set the boundary. And the 0-1 swung on and missed. And because you have to set that boundary. If you don't say anything to the umpire, the catcher's going to set up on that same spot. And little by little, the pitcher's going to eat away at the margins until you just can't hit it anymore.
Right.
So you do have to say something if you disagree. But this is a gentleman's game after all. And Cameron Taylor very cordially shares his opinion with the home plate umpire, Donald Say.
Well, the thing is, talking to the home plate umpire, you got to be like, I think that's inside. You can't say your zone's wrong or else you'll get thrown out the game. Can't hurt the umpire's feelings.
Of course. And again, just like in real life, you wouldn't want to hurt anyone's feelings when you have a disagreement. You just want to be able to
you more
make
state it like an opinion.
An opinion. Exactly. Well, 1-2 count now for Taylor. Here's the pitch. Upstairs, but he somehow gets a bat on it. It's a high, towering fly ball in foul territory, and no one's going to get there. Tough play. The first baseman didn't even try. Gay Jr. at second and Valadez were the only ones who had any real shot at it, and it falls between the both of them.
Yeah, Gay Jr., he was sprinting out there trying to get to that ball, and it feels like Valdez just didn't really give an effort to it. And that pitch dropping could be the difference between Cameron Taylor getting a good pitch to hit right here and driving a run.
Yeah, I mean, and the fact that Taylor got a piece of it at all is impressive. You could tell that was a safety swing. It was way outside the zone, shoulder height. Here's the next 1-2. He's going to take a hack at it again and send it straight back.
He wanted that one for sure. The way he came unglued on that one, almost swung out of his shoes.
Yeah, it looked like he was looking for a breaking ball because that was a fastball there, and he was pretty late on it. Somehow was able to still make contact with it on that aggressive swing.
And that's the thing when you have a defensive 2-strike swing. Make contact anytime.
Outside the zone, 2-2.
And this feels like it's going to be Solano's best chance to do some damage and at least tie up this ball game.
Yeah, well, they've certainly set the table. And no better man right now than the cleanup batsman himself. The pick off to first, a little lackadaisical lob. Gets Michael Rivera dirty. He's going to take his lead again. Rivera's got a decent lead. He's not going anywhere with who's at the plate right now, though. Here's the 2-2. swung on in the air. Might this be playable? The catcher and the first baseman are going to watch it land in their own dugout. So Taylor really battling right now.
Yeah, it's a great battle between Solano's hottest hitter and arguably Laney's best pitcher.
You know, with that foul ball right there, I was hoping Dennis double dip Riley was going to be able to catch that one.
Yeah, he was tracking it. I saw him tracking it going down, but he knew he had no chance of getting that. Shout out to the cameraman, double dip Dennis.
We'll see what Taylor can do with this pitch, though. He's having a good at-bat right now.
Tough foul.
You all right over there, Nathan?
I don't know why double dip Dennis just sounds...
Oh, you haven't heard the lore behind that, evidently. We'll tell you a little bit more during the break.
I think I'm laughing at the imagery that it provokes. But two balls, 2 strikes. Cameron Taylor now. Got a pair of snake eyes with 1 out. Tying run is on third. The go-ahead's on first. Here's the pitch. It's high. A batsman's full house after Taylor battled his way through that 2-2
I mean,
count.
if he could work a walk here and get Tyler Chalk up to the plate with bases loaded, I would be an impressive at-bat for sure. It's already impressive, but getting on base would just be the icing on the cake.
Without a doubt, but a man like Taylor wants to mash the ball. He does! Right center field. That's a line drive. And over the head of Valadez. It hits the bottom of the wall. 1 run scores. The second one is being waved in. And Cameron Taylor has 2 RBIs. Oh, and he's going to make it all the way home. It's out of play. Cameron Taylor with a 3-run Little League home run to make it 4-2. All the way around the bases on a hard line drive that the right fielder couldn't handle.
I mean, you could hear the cheering from these fans right here. That was exciting to watch. I thought it was just going to be a 2-run triple, and then the throwing error from the outfield just allowed Taylor to score.
Completely misses the throw to home, and Silas Holmes has to run for it, and it goes into the Solano dugout, advances Taylor to home as first pitch to Chalk is a ball. But, oh, what a battle there from Cameron Taylor, fouling off all those pitches, then finally hitting one right into the right field gap.
Yeah, I was just saying if he could get on base, it would be a wonderful plate appearance for him, but then he just lined the ball into right center.
Yeah, that has to feel amazing, especially as a cleanup bat. That's why the 4th slot is the cleanup batsman. You show up with the table set, and you got to clean the table. He does just that. Now here's a pop-up. The shortstop is calling everyone off. That's Vasquez, out number 2.
I mean, if you could see us reacting here, being Solano students ourselves, we got a little excited. All of our arms went up after that ball dropped.
Yeah, it certainly can be a huge momentum boost for the Solano team going into these middle innings. And especially a great answer after Laney put up a run in the top of the 3rd.
In the air for Ramos. Looks playable. The left fielder has it. And the Falcons put up 3. It's now 4-2 as we head to the top of the 4th.
Hey, what's up, everyone? It's JJ Dane. Thanks for watching the Solano College Sports Network.
But, Dad, I love him. I'm going to marry him. I don't care what you say.
Cut. Welcome to TV 55. In this hands-on class at Solano Community College, you'll learn all aspects of television production. Work with high-end cameras in the field and in the studio. Professional sound, lighting, and green screen. And let's not forget editing. Enroll today. Get an art school education at a fraction of the cost. Visit us online at solano.edu.
What's up, everybody? Kyle Lewis. Thanks for watching the Solano College Sports Network.
Hello, my name is Brian Preciato. I'm a retired fire chief from the City of Vacaville Fire Department, and I had the opportunity to become the Fire Technology Director here for Solano Community College. Solano Community College offers a tremendous fire academy and a fire technology program. We offer core courses taught throughout the year. These core classes hopefully lead the students toward an AA degree in fire science Once they've gotten the Firefighter Academy, through that academy, they gain a Firefighter 1 certificate, which is very important toward reaching their goal as a firefighter. We have a partnership with Winters Fire Department. Winters provides for us a vast amount of equipment and personnel as well as instructors.
We are able to really lead a top-notch fire academy program where we have great instructors throughout the region.
I chose Solano Community College for the...
Welcome back to the Solano College Sports Network baseball broadcast. Leading things off is Leo Asfar here in the 4th inning, still facing off against Eli Blurton. Back in the first, he had that ground out to the first baseman, Alcantara, who flipped it to Blurton, who was covering first. Now he's going to swing at the first offering and pop it up all the way to the outfield. It looks like it's Manila who's going to secure out number 1.
Well, that ball didn't go as far as he wanted it.
Not so quite. You've been sitting on that one for 4 innings.
You're right, I have.
That's a man who knows timing well. Machiavelli would be proud.
Try to time it up, especially when the players spotlight a little bit more.
Here's Zane Silos Holmes. He's going to swing at the first offering. That one's high in the air. This might be trouble, but oh my gosh, Ramos comes out of nowhere and makes the grab. 2 quick outs for Blurton, and he's really appreciating his outfield right now.
Yeah, great hustle right there from Rolando Ramos out in left field. And the athleticism to be able to even catch that using his speed. Great job there in left field. Now 2 pitches, 2 outs for Blurton.
Well, with the way that ball was being tracked, you knew that one was either going to be dropped or it was going to be a spectacular catch. No in between.
Absolutely none. Here is the left-handed batsman, Shiraz Shabazz. First pitch from Blurton is right there. He peppered the lower half of the zone for strike 1.
So no 3-pitch inning.
Yes, you have, as you said, Robert, if the first 2 men get out on 2 pitches, you have to take 1. You have to. And Blurton is really trying to induce a strike right now. 4 straight strikes, and it's 0-2 with 2 outs. Masterful work from that man on the mound. He's going to wind and get before he gets his sign. There it is. He's going to unwind, and the 0-2. Strike 3 called, and a 1-2-3 inning shut down, says Blurton. Due up is Alcantara, Hill, and Manila.
Instructors. I was never a cars or like in the engine type person, but since I've been here, I've gotten really comfortable with that. So just know that there's always something to learn in the fire service.
If you're looking to get into the fire service, the Solano Community College is a great opportunity. It's going to provide you the foundation and the skills needed to become a professional firefighter.
Hi, I'm Peyton Chekalewski, and thank you for watching Solano College Sports Network.
Hi, Christine Manny, full-time instructor at Solano College Theater. Have you ever been interested in coming into theater? Come over to Solano College and find out what it's all about. You can take classes, you can be involved in many different ways, and just come talk with us. Check us out at www.solano.edu.
Welcome back to the Solano College Sports Network baseball broadcast. Leading things off is Bryce Alcantara. He's still facing off against Alex Gomez, his second at bat today. Back in the 2nd inning, he struck out looking for the first out. Now he's going to take the first pitch against Gomez for strike 1.
Yeah, we'll see what Bryce can do here. Not a great
Huge
first 2 pitches.
Swing and miss right there, and that's looks similar to how he swung and missed in that first at bat on a breaking ball.
Just not seeing the ball well right now.
So it feels like a tit for tat almost between Blurton and Gomez. I mean, Gomez just attacking it in a quick 0-2 right away. So both these men are going to be attacking the zone. We'll see if the aggression from both offenses hold up.
Yeah, I mean, the 3 runs given up last inning, not fully Gomez's fault.
Ooh, a little safety check swing sent foul. So Alcantara gets a piece of it, stays alive.
A little bit of bad defense behind him. Couldn't help pick up their pitcher.
Yeah, I mean, the triple was nobody's fault. It's just the error that sent Taylor home. And now a line drive up the middle for a base hit. Bryce Alcantara is aboard the lead off the 4th inning.
Well, he saw that one well, didn't he, Robert?
He did see that pitch well, finally got a pitch he liked.
Straight up the middle.
Yeah, and like Nathan said, sent it straight up the middle.
Here's Kane Hill. He struck out in the 2nd inning, as did everyone. Gomez struck out the side. No, excuse me. Manila had that bunt that the catcher, Celos Holmes, was able to pick up. Now the first pitch is low. And see, that is why framing is important. The catcher caught that going down, and so it's called a ball. Kane has been doing a good job keeping his glove down and catching it on the way up. And so that exact same pitch has been a strike for the Falcons, but it wasn't a strike there. And now it's called a strike, a little better of a frame job, but that's why framing is so important in the catching position.
Yeah, Celos Holmes needs a little bit better technique behind that plate there. Not saying he's not a great catcher. He's good behind the plate, just that framing technique could use a little bit of work.
And it's what they train catchers to do now. You have to start down and catch it on the way up. It's very difficult to do. And the fact that major leaguers can do that on a 100-mile-an-hour fastball, amazing. But right now, Celos Holmes
and you could say framing might be the most important thing or skill that a catcher can have nowadays, outside of their arm, obviously.
I usually have my walkie down, right? But Malcolm was saying something, and I thought he was talking to me. But he was talking to Dennis, and so I turned it up. And right as I do that,
in the air, right side of the field. Valadez is giving chase, and Valadez is going to make the catch for out number 1.
I don't know. I'm holding my breath every time Valadez is out there. Kind of taking a little bit of a funky route. The wind might be playing a little bit of tricks on him today. But here comes Javi Manila.
We'll see if Manila can advance Alcantara from first.
I was like, I don't know.
Hit a little blooper in the outfield, maybe.
He's showing bunt again. He tried it in the 2nd inning. Celos Holmes was all over it. I think Manila was just too good. It was too good of a bunt. He just had a dead stop, and it felt like the ball just dropped right where it made contact with the bat. You know, those bunts, you want to push them out just a little bit. Make the pitcher chase. Make the first or third baseman come in. The wind is blowing inwards from left field, so this field is going to play big.
You know, a little bit I saw from Trevor May the other day on Twitter.
What was that, Robert?
He was going over, because former pitcher Trevor May pitched, I think it was like 11, 12 season in the big leagues.
The A's, the Mets, etc.
The Twins.
Twins, yes.
And he was talking about heat zones for hitters and where they like the ball. And he said when they waggle their bat coming up to the plate.
Line drive off of the third baseman, Odom. The throw to first, none. Everybody's safe. Wow, that was a hard hit ball off of the bat of Manila. And Odom, no fault to him. He just had to stick his glove up in self-defense. It popped off. I don't know if it popped off of his glove or his knee, but Vasquez, the shortstop, played the carom, and everyone's safe.
Well, this is going to lead into my story a little bit, is hitters' hot zones is where they waggle their bat. And we saw Javi Manila get a low pitch there, and he waggles his bat low, and he lined it to the third baseman. So Trevor May was going over wherever a batter waggles his bat, like on their practice swing, that's where their hot zone is and where they like the ball.
The bunt is a beauty off of the bat of Jace Parkinson. Both base runners are going to advance. So now 2 runners in scoring position for Mason Sayer. Wow, great job from Jace Parkinson. You can't do it any better than that.
Opportunity here for Mason Sayer. Bases loaded.
It's a big one. And we'll see where he waggles that bat and where he likes that ball. we won't see it right here, but that practice swing told me he's more of a low ball hitter.
Takes the first one for ball 1. Kind of had to make sure, the umpire.
Certainly don't want to have a walk here if you're Gomez.
Big swing on that one. He sends it foul, 1-1.
And we know how good Mason Sayer is at getting on base through walks this season. So Gomez has to really be careful here with all bases loaded up.
Well, no better man for the job. 2 on, 1 out. Here's the pitch. Line drive, left field. It's going to be in play. Levitt McGee has it. The runner on third is going to tag. Safe. And it's 5-2.
I mean, Mason Sayer just doing what he was supposed to do right there, get a ball into the outfield, allowing a sac fly, and Solano taking a page out of Laney's book here. We'll see what Michael Rivera can do here, as we got Cameron Taylor on deck, and we know his power if he's up with the bases loaded. I like Solano's odds.
Yeah, and we saw what he did last inning.
So Mason Sayer is going to get an RBI on that sac fly to left field.
Yeah, you like the productive outs here Solano's having today, and a little bit of small ball approach they're going with.
Ooh, look out. Having to turn his head away was Michael Rivera. 1 ball, 1 strike. Coming in to score was Bryce Alcantara.
Yeah, that's a couple times that Rivera has had to kind of duck away from a pitch that was close to hitting him. He ducked right under one as it went over his head. I think in his last at bat.
Yeah, it's been a little scary up there for Rivera.
Ground ball left side. Odom has it. He's going to go to second, and that's the final out. The Falcons tack on 1. It's 5-2 as we head into the top of the 5th. Due up is Gay Jr., Vasquez, and Valadez.
U/theater. Hi, Ginger Kane, dance faculty here at Solano Community College. I'm excited about our upcoming AA dance degree that has been developed just recently. We offer dance production, swing, ballroom, hip hop, jazz, modern, and ballet. We also are part of the ADT kinesiology degree, as well as the interdisciplinary studies degree, and for the general ed requirement for physical education. Please join up. It's a great way to meet new people, socialize, and make new friends. You do not have to be a dancer to sign up for a dance class.
I'm Kai Koizumi, and thank you for watching the Solano College Sports Network.
Welcome back to the Solano College Sports Network baseball broadcast. Here we are in the top of the 5th inning. Ronald Gay Jr. leads things off against Blurton.
How you doing, Mason?
I'm good. I'm happy to be back.
Yeah, Mason Flores, welcome back to the booth.
You know, it's a good game we got on right now. The Solano offense is finally starting to get things going.
Yeah, and that's what I was saying. They need to attack early in ball games, and that's what they've done here today. Because in most of their losses, they just really can't get that offense going really at all.
Yeah, we know they have the potential to just spark one quick and early and get the game over with. But, you know, this game's not over with. We still got plenty of time.
The ball's in the air. Manila out in center, dances with it, and secures it for out number 1.
Yeah, Javi's having a little bit of a tougher time here today. The sun, the wind.
Yeah, the winds are swirling here.
Yeah.
And it's very fitting. I mean, it's almost like a bird's nest. You got Falcons versus the Eagles on a windy day.
Yeah, they're fighting whoever takes this nest here. You know, if Solano wins this one, rubber match is tomorrow, 1 o'clock. So that will decide who takes the nest.
First pitch to the batsman, Jesus Vasquez, is a called strike.
Laney's just got to get some type of momentum, get a few hits. You don't even have to score right here. Just get some type of flow going.
Yeah, you want to get your mojo back, be that top 15 offense you could be in the state.
This would be a really well-rounded game for this Solano team. Even with the mistakes they've made today, if they can pull this one off because of how frightful this Laney team can be.
The one hopper to Chalk, who handles it securely. Oh, but the throw is in the dirt, and Alcantara couldn't dig it out. So moving to second is Jesus Vasquez on an E5.
Just as I was saying about the mistakes, man, they make another one. That's what will keep your opponent in the game, is those kind of small mistakes that will turn into big ones if you can't capitalize.
Yeah, it looked just a little lackadaisical. I mean, no fault on Chalk, but those are the types of plays where, you know, they feel a little routine. You can't get drawn into that siren song of routine. You have to treat every play with intensity. And it just felt like there wasn't enough on that throw. So now there's a runner in scoring position with one out. Blurton, though, has done a good job of working around these types of situations.
And that play seemed like he was just treating it as practice. And usually you want to practice how you play, so.
I mean, that's a great point there. And now there's a swing and a miss from Mateo Valadez.
So, Mason, I've heard you've been watching a little bit more baseball this year. How you feeling about the sport now that you're watching the Cubs more?
So I like the flow of things a lot more in professional ball right now. The flow in this game is pretty well too, but I like the pacing a lot more. I think the torpedo bats are really are. It's a controversial topic, but
they've been around for a while. They're just more known.
I think they're good for the game because it's like we've had so much more advantages for the pitchers, like the tack and stuff, you know what I mean? And we need more advantages for the hitters because people watch baseball for hitting and offense and stuff like that and amazing plays. I think we've gotten plenty of that to start the year. I mean, you see the Yankees, they've been going crazy. And then my Cubs, you know, they've been one of the top offenses in the National League. So,
Nathan, you know what I think is funny?
What?
Is how the first 6 innings of a game, a pitcher could be cruising, having a no-hitter going, and they're like, this is boring. But when it reaches the final 3 innings, you're like, this is exciting. Notice how that one works.
Well, exactly. You know, here's the thing. When people say baseball is too boring and they say it's too slow, I take the opposite opinion. I say, I think the game moves too fast for you because, you know, you got a 100-mile-an-hour fastball. It comes off 110 off the bat, and here's the 1-2. It's a high. And I like to call the battery of the pitcher and the catcher plus the batsman and the umpire. Those are the fearless 4 right there. Those are the 4 who are just like 100 miles an hour. Let me stare right at it and see what I can do with it. And, you know, if you're not watching the game, it goes by too fast for you. But, Mace, it's nice to hear that you're enjoying baseball. There's so much to enjoy about this beautiful game. And it's a good point that you make, Robert. You know, it's been a 150-year literal arms race with the pitchers you know, getting faster and faster. Back in the day, you know, pitchers were also part-time grocery baggers throwing 82 miles an hour for a fastball. Now they're throwing 110 professional, not 110, but 110 off the bat, 102 off the arm. And it's just, you're right, there's nothing for the batsman to sort of keep up other than to just swing sooner. So it's good to see some technology in the making of bats. I mean, there's nothing illegal going on. You're just moving the sweet spot a little closer in on the hands, which is good. Barry Bonds used to choke up, so he would have more control on the sweet spot.
And the torpedo bats aren't even it's not even successful for everybody. And like you said, it's been around for a little while, so.
Yeah, I think it's more just depending on her, but Nathan's saying back then pitchers would throw 82 and bag at the grocery store. Can you imagine just seeing Frank pitch a complete game shutout, and then you just see him bagging groceries later that day? You're like, oh, big old arm Frank on the mound, but big old arm Frank bagging my groceries here today.
Payoff pitch. Batsman's full house wins the battle. Runners on first and second now. But yeah, no, I mean, if you pitch a complete game shutout, I would hope that's your only job. But I'm talking more about the middle relief guys.
Yeah.
You know, and like Babe Ruth, sure, he played, you know, he was revolutionary. But you have to remember, he played against the same guys. And he was in the short porch Yankee Stadium. So, you know, the game has just come a long way. So torpedo bats, another piece of history that we're just watching unfold in front of our eyes. That's something we're going to be able to tell our kids. Oh, I remember when those bats first came out.
I think it's just, even the pitching standpoint, when people talk about, oh, it's too slow, oh, there's no scoring in like 6 innings, like you said, Robert. I think the casual fan can say that. Like, oh, yeah, we want to see balls hit 400 feet, you know what I mean? But if you really, like, what I've taken to enjoy of the game is like the different pitching styles that pitchers can throw at you, the speeds. Like, not everyone throws 100. And I just think, and it's so complex that, like you said, Nathan, it's people don't understand. It's like such a mental game that you have to understand to enjoy. And I've started to understand a little bit of the pitching. And like when I see a pitcher have a great game, it's just something wonderful to watch. And then we have bullpens who can mess a whole game up. So I think that's what makes baseball special.
Absolutely. First pitch swung on down the line. Fair ball off of the bat of Casey Levitt McGee. One run's going to get waved in. Everyone stays station to station. So it's now 5-3, and again, runners on first and second.
Well, you got exactly what you were saying, Mason. You wanted these Laney hitters to take better at bats, not even having to score a run, but they did.
Yeah. It was off that one error that we saw early in the inning.
Yeah, that's
coming back to bite them, and that's what I was saying earlier, is that those small mistakes can turn into big ones. And Laney's starting to see the ball well, and their play vision has been incredible this inning.
Yeah, and it's third time through the lineup as well, and it goes E5, a walk, and a single. So Blurton is really going to have to tone in now. But back to what you were saying, Mason, one of the other great things about sports is, you know, with basketball, you got to be tall. With football, you got to be big. But the thing about baseball is size doesn't matter. You got Jose Altuve at like 5'5". You got Aaron Judge at 6'7". You know, and the thing is, what matters, just like this is a gentleman's game, and just like every gentleman knows, it's how you hold your bat that matters. Anyways, holding the bat right now is Easton Green. He's got runners on first and second with one out. Blurton's going to come set right above the belt.
Well, I mean, if you can swing a good piece of
line
wood
drive,
like that,
right field, giving chases. Taylor's going to catch it, but tagging at second is Valadez. He's going to move to third, and it's a pair of snake eyes with 2 outs.
well, if you could swing a good piece of wood like that, I mean, you're going to go far in this one.
Yeah, sometimes it's just about the motion of the ocean.
It is about the motion in the ocean. But yeah, Eli Blurn, he's having a tough time of it here in this inning. But he is one good pitch away from getting out of it.
And Nathan, the technicality part of hitting is just like, it's just all about the hips, you know? Like the hips don't lie, they say in baseball. So when you have good hips, you're going to hit the ball far.
Well, I mean, that's where all the power is. When you have all the power in your hips, you're going to do amazing things in baseball. Pitchers use their hips. Batters use their hips.
Yeah.
A lot of people use their hips.
Ball 2 to Jacob Odom.
Yeah, Blurn, he's been a little loose with his command here. Not getting it straight down the pipe like he usually is.
Nope.
The 2-0 is a called strike on the outside corner. Again, a pair of snake eyes with 2 outs here in this 5-3 ball game. The tying run is on first. The go-ahead run stands in the box. He's wielding the stick right now.
Yes, he is.
Jersey number 19, a right-handed batsman, righty-on-righty matchup. The sun is starting to peek out from behind the clouds just a little bit. Blurton sets, deals. There's a ground ball to the shortstop, Sayre. He has it on the backhand. The throw to first. Safe. Wow, great play from Sayre. He had to make the long throw. Alcantara tried to stretch it and get it a little sooner, but an infield single is what Odom deals.
That's just good hustle right there.
I mean, if Mason Sayre was able to make that play, just
Yeah,
I mean, it's a
get him
future
to
Gold
league.
Glover.
Yeah, get him to the league right now.
Yeah, I mean, it was just a little bit more on the throw. Odom was a great runner,
Yeah.
but now it's a one-run ball game.
Pitch number 69 right here.
Well, not so nice. It's ball one.
So pitch 70 coming up for Blurton, and this has really been his longest inning of work right here.
Yeah, Blurton is really having to work around traffic. There's already 2 on the board with 2 runners still on and 2 out. The pitch in the air. Right center field. Manila giving chase. Manila's playing it one hopper off of the wall. It's a tie ball game. The lead run is now going to score. It's 6-5. Laney has just taken the lead off of that 2 out, 2 RBI double from Leo Asfar.
And it looks like we're going to get some action here in the bullpen.
And if that error doesn't happen, the score would have been 5-4.
Yeah,
it's just
and
tough, you know.
We'll see what the catcher, Silo Holmes, could do.
Yeah. This is just the game. This is how the game has been in Laney's offense. I mean, you said, what, top 15 in the state?
Yeah, it can be top 15 in the state when they're fully on.
Man, they've just been seeing the ball well. I mean, they're not chasing right now. Just been a really impressive inning by these hitters.
Yeah, they've been spraying the ball all over the field, and a big cut from the catcher makes it 1-1.
And they've been doing a good job of getting ahead, too. Like, it's been 2-0, 3-0, 2-1. Like, it's just been really impressive to see how well they've transitioned in the game.
Yeah, I'm blurring. He's having a tough time here with command right now.
Yeah.
It's been a long inning.
It has. He's faced 7 batters so far. Silo Holmes is his 8th. And in it, a fly out to center, an E5, a walk, a single, a sacrifice, fly, an infield single, and a double. So Blurton's really getting knocked around this 3rd time through the lineup. 3-1 is the count. There's a called strike, so a pitcher's full house after Blurton climbs back. Runners on first and second. Full count, 2 outs. Here's the pitch. Swung on, fouled off of the catcher, Kane Hill.
He's battling right now. This is a really good battle.
Yeah, Blurton needs to end this inning right here, though. You can't allow more traffic to get on.
Yeah, the lead has already been surrendered. 4 runs on the inning makes it 6-5. With
And
Laney out
Solano
on
can
top.
trust their offense, though. They've been on it today, so they just need to continue their hot streak.
So, some checking up with the umpire and the pitcher, Blurton. Could anyone's guess what that discussion was about? 3 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. Here's the payoff. Outside, it's going to get away from Hill. So, 1st and 3rd now.
Just can't allow that to happen.
Yeah, I mean, that's the one thing with Hill. I feel like sometimes he just doesn't see the ball. I mean, that's not the first time today that a fastball's gotten by him. I can relate. I mean, I remember as a catcher, the first time I'd ever seen a good curveball was my teammate on the Philippine national team, Diego Lozano. And that was the first time in my life I had to train to stay down on the curveball just because it always looked like it was going to sail over your head and just bites back down. So I couldn't catch that curveball, but for some reason, Hill's not seeing some of these fastballs.
Yeah, just that ride and zip on it just stays true.
First pitch to Siraj Shabazz is a called strike.
Yeah, and Shabazz, speedy guy, center fielder of this Laney team. Been an interesting one here in this inning.
In the air, the runner at first, Silos Holmes, was on the run. So he's going to have to go back to first. Not a bad idea with 2 outs, get a running start. That's the thing with 2 outs. The runner on first could possibly be scoring position if it's in the gaps. He can score all the way around because they get that running start.
Yeah, gotta imagine this is going to be Blurton's last man, though.
And it gets past Kane again. Oh, no. Okay, it hit the batsman. Kane was a little frustrated with himself, though. It tipped his glove. So now the bases are loaded.
Blurton's just doesn't have a good feel for it right now.
Well, I think it's more of the fatigue setting in now in this inning. It's been super long, 30-plus pitches for him now.
Yeah, and with...
the confidence was already shot, so...
Yeah, with Ronald Gay Jr. stepping to the plate, the Eagles have officially batted around. Gay Jr. started the 5th inning with a fly out to center field.
Yeah.
So his second at-bat this inning. Asfar on third, Silos Holmes on second, and Shabazz on first. First pitch is going to be low.
And you can see Blurton's electing to go from the windup here with the bases being full.
Well, we'll see if they get out of it here. I mean, everyone knows that the Wolves' offense is more than capable. If they can keep this a 1-run game, it's still within reach. That one is outside. 2 balls, no strikes.
Blurton just has to make it a little more harder on these hitters. Just the location has to be a little bit tighter.
Yeah, he's got to find that location on the zone right now.
Blurton winds and deals, misses high and away. 3 balls, no strikes. With the bases loaded.
This is definitely his last batter right here.
Yeah, you got to make the change.
Got to imagine Stover's going to come out if this one doesn't end right here.
The 3-0, right down Broadway for strike 1.
I would test him again. You try and trust your defense. But
yeah, you can't be afraid right now.
Yeah.
And a pitcher's full house after he was down 3-0.
All right.
Really good.
2 fastballs in a row. He could go with that one more time a little bit higher, get a swing underneath, or he could go with breaking ball if he really trusts it in this moment right now.
No, Hill cannot let it go past him again.
And ball 4. It's now 7-5.
Wow, I thought that was close. It might have been a strike. I don't know.
I'm just not even going to comment on that one.
Yeah. Maybe it was a little high.
No defense against the walk. Here's Coach Stover coming out. Looks like he's going to yank Blurton, who was great the first 2 times through the lineup and just completely unraveled. He only got 1 out in the 5th, and it was a sacrifice.
Yeah.
So we'll see who's coming in.
Yeah, he gets a little ovation here coming out of this game. He had decent work.
Yeah.
4 2/3 innings, but not all his fault completely, though.
Yeah, that error was just so crucial. And I mean, we would probably already be in the 6th right now, depending on how Solano hit. But just very unfortunate events for Solano. But Laney just knew that they were in it the whole time, no matter how bad the deficit got. But now Solano just cannot allow any more runs and stop the bleeding.
Well, this Laney offense, they could smell this inning brewing right here after Blurton was starting to lose command of his fastball and breaking ball. And it's just that error by Chalk really standing out right now. As there's 2 outs recorded, could have been 3.
Yeah, literally the inning just unraveled. It was a good game the first 2 times through the lineup. Blurton had retired
More like you had pretty good grip tape on the bat here, and then it just came loose out of nowhere.
Absolutely. He retired 13 of the first 18 batters he faced. And then of the last 9 that he faced, he retired 1.
Wow.
That's tough. That's just baseball, though. I mean, we were talking about it like sometimes like the game is just past you, and it's such a team sport that it can also be a one-on-one sport, which is so great about it because we just saw that all those batters just played the mental game better than what Blurton was, and Blurton was getting in his own head and fatigue was setting in. It's just such a mind game right there, and he just started losing it.
So here's Mark Graham. He comes in relief of Blurton. His first batter is going to be Jesus Vasquez.
You got to end it right here.
Yeah, we'll see if Graham could get that one pitch, one out right here.
A fiery situation for this fireman. Bases loaded. I'm trying to stay in this ball game. I mean, 7-5. The lead was lost, but this is certainly a game that Solano, if they can put some runners on in the bottom half, can certainly keep things interesting.
I would attack low in the zone right now. Try and keep it in front of you.
That's going to hit the batsman. And slowly, this game is starting to slip out of the fingers.
Yeah, you felt like this was all Solano early on. Now Laney. They're just attacking here in this inning, taking good at-bats, getting on base by any means.
They're intimidating this team right now. I mean, it's clear.
So Shabazz moves to third, Gay Jr. moves to second, and standing on first with a bruise is Vasquez.
Yeah, Mark Graham. Feels like no pitchers have really control of their breaking balls here today.
Here's a called strike, 0-1 to Mateo Valadez.
We saw Eli Blurton struggling with his breaking ball early on.
Yeah.
Now Graham, one slips out of his hand and he hits a batter.
Just keep attacking.
High over the letters, 1 ball, 1 strike. But, you know, Mason, that's one thing that you appreciate about baseball. You know, in basketball, when the lead starts to slip away, barring some miraculous effort, that's it. That's the game. They couldn't keep pace. You know, and with football, you know, once a certain lead is established and a certain time of the game is there, you already know this game could be over by the third quarter. Or maybe
And this isn't a time sport. That's what makes it so different because
it just unfolds in so many chaotic ways.
Basketball, I mean, in the NBA, you see a 20-point lead get gone in a second, but it's just time-based. So,
yeah, I don't want to talk about 20-plus point leads right now. Well, PTSD I witnessed last game for the Timberwolves.
Yeah, 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. The bases are loaded, but Mark Graham has a chance to get out of this right now against the left-handed batsman, Mateo Valadez. Valadez has gotten on base and scored in every single plate appearance today. Now he's going to take low, so it's a batsman's full house. 3 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. The bases loaded for Valadez, jersey number 2, the starting right fielder.
I think it's just been full count or just a walk every at-bat this inning, it feels like.
Yeah, it's been long. It's felt like this inning's been 40 minutes easily.
Yeah. Popped up foul. In this inning alone, there have been 4 full houses.
Yeah, that's crazy.
2 for the pitcher, 2 for the batsman. All of the base runners are getting a running start. It's still 7-5. Mark Graham with the chance to keep this game close. And a little checkup on every single one of the runners. Not a bad move. He spun the second, checked on third as well.
Yeah, you got Vasquez taking a little bit of a larger lead there if someone was covering. They're not going to cover in a situation like this, though, but if someone was, they would have had him easy.
This is the game right here. If the Falcons get out of it, it's still anyone's ball game. If they don't, the game could very well be over from here. The pitch. Strike 3 call. They got him looking on a curveball in the inside corner, and Graham gets out of it. The damage is done, though. 5 runs on the board. It's 7-5 as we head into the bottom of the 5th. Due up is Taylor, Chalk, and Ramos.
Hi, I'm Teo Kopp. Thanks for watching the Solano College Sports Network.
When I'm not here, I'm here.
And when I'm not here, I'm here.
Welcome back to the Solano College Sports Network baseball broadcast. The lead has been lost 5 runs in the top half of this inning. It's now 7-5. My name's Nathaniel Thomas. I'm joined by Mason Flores and Robert Murray. Leading things off here in the bottom of the 5th is Cameron Taylor. Back in the first inning, he was hit by a pitch and got stranded at second base. In the third, he had a 2-run triple where he ended up scoring on the same play on an error by the cutoff man. He scored the 4th run of the game for Taylor.
We got a scoreboard change at the game.
Oh,
we
it
have
was
the correct
8-5.
score. Yeah, we have the correct score, 8-5 on the screen. Well, now we don't. It was just 8-5.
So 8-5 the score is. Leading things off is Taylor.
Yeah, Eli Blurton, his final line here today, 4 2/3 innings pitch on 87 pitches, gave up 3 hits, 1 earned run, gave up 4 walks and 2 strikeouts looking.
Oh, Gomez still in this game. I mean, he's been pitching very well despite surrendering 4 runs. That pitch is going to be a called strike. It was an off-speed pitch that found the zone. 1-1 is the count. The outfield is playing very deep. The infield is straight away. There's some activity in the Laney bullpen. Now he's going to show bunt, and he stayed. So that's strike 1. Excuse me, strike 2 for Taylor.
That's
Interesting approach.
Yeah, I don't really like the bunt right there. I don't know.
I mean, this is your, we've clearly seen it, top power hitter.
Yeah, I don't really understand the call, but you know, I'm not the mastermind, so
Trying to spark a rally any way you can, though.
Yeah, not a bad idea. It's just that, you know,
I think the timing of it was just interesting.
in the air, right field, this looks playable. Valadez is coming in on it. He loses his hat, but secures out number 1. I think the rationale behind that was if you get the leadoff runner aboard, then it sets up certain situations. But it works with basically anyone except your cleanup hitter. You know, if you give your cleanup hitter a chance to swing away, he could end up on second to lead off the inning.
I think you just let him swing the bat and he's got a chance to, like you said, have extra bases. And I don't know, now you have 1 out.
Yeah, a strike taken away from Taylor. The first one to Tyler Chalk. First pitch to Chalk is a ball.
Yeah, we'll see if Chuck could get a little base hit right here, start something for the Falcons offense.
Outside, 2 balls.
But Solano just continues to get ahead, and that's what's really been impressive to me this game is how well they've hit with 2 out and ahead. I think 3 of their runs have been with 2 outs.
Yeah, it all came at the right time for them.
Little chopper to the first baseman. He's going to take it himself. Out number 2. That was Asfar who caught it on the hopper.
And the mindset isn't always, you don't have to get all the runs right here. But you do want to get your momentum back a little bit so your pitcher can have a little more confidence going into the top of the 6th. But, you know, you're still in the game. It's a 3-run game, so.
Yeah, this game is anything but over.
Yeah, just have to be better on defense.
We're only in the 5th inning here. We
Yeah.
still have half a baseball game left to go.
Yeah.
So a new nickname I'm coining right now, Ro-Ro at the plate.
Ro-Ro?
Ro-Ro with a boat. He's trying to. He's 0 for 2 today, trying to
You said you gave him that nickname?
get his first knock. I don't know, I just coined it right now. I can't
Okay.
take credit for it if someone else said it first.
Okay.
Good fan of alliteration.
Okay.
I hope his middle name is something like,
I just heard it.
what was it?
They just said Ro-Ro.
Oh, Ro-Ro?
Yeah. They might have just said Ro. But we're going to still say you coined it.
No, the thing is, you know, here's one guarantee about life. Anytime you have a good idea, someone else came up with it before you.
Yeah. How do you think the first person who created a water bottle thought about that first?
Outside. You know, that's a
Where-
good question.
where's your mind going
A
right
water
now?
bottle. No, what I'm worried about is like ketchup packets. Who the hell thought a ketchup packet?
Yeah.
Whoever invented the ketchup packet.
I'm thinking about water
I'm
bottles.
upset I didn't think about that
Like,
first.
who saw a freshwater lake and was like, you know what? Let's put that into a container.
Well, historically, cowboys used to use watermelon as water canisters.
Okay.
Interesting.
So Ramos is on first with a walk. Here's Alcantara.
Yeah, and Gomez, he's losing a little bit of that command here in this 5th inning. We saw it happen with 2 outs for Eli Blurton when he started losing it. Much more of the same story here. We'll see if Gomez could get it back on track a little bit.
Swinging a line drive, base hit to right field off of the bat of Alcantara. The speedy Ramos is rounding second, and a pair of snake eyes for the Falcons here with 2 out.
They've just been incredible hitting with 2 outs, like I said earlier. So just continue to put your foot on the pedal.
Second hit of the day for Alcantara. He's having himself a day.
Yeah, and Gomez, he's up to 86 pitches right now. We'll see how much longer they want him to go in this ball game.
Now, as a pitcher, you just have to stay calm. I mean, you just got to be calm and collected.
Well, and
stay locked in.
Here's the time to take advantage if you're the Falcons offense.
Kane Hill takes ball 1.
Just get ahead on the count again. See the ball well.
Gomez has tied Eli Blurton in pitches this game. He'll pass him right here on this one.
And there's strike 1 of the at-bat for Kane Hill.
I feel like being an umpire got to be the hardest ref in all of sports to do.
Well, they could be accurate 99% of the time, and that 1%
Yeah,
they're
one-
wrong.
yeah.
It's overlooked.
What's impressive is, umpire scorecards. I'm sure any baseball fan
On
is aware
Twitter?
of that. On Twitter, on X. It's impressive that umpires can have a perfect game. They can go an entire game for both pitchers. That's over 200-plus pitches, and they don't miss a single one.
That just means you're good at your job.
It does. And somehow I can't even drive 20 minutes without missing a stop sign. So.
And I think the thing about the robot umps is that takes away from the game, in my opinion. I would keep human umpires.
Swing and a miss. Well, yeah, it's not like you're not going to have it. There needs to be 3 people in this. That's why it's called the Fearless 4 when if you include the pitcher. So the robot's not going to completely take away the umpire, but
Just have reviews. That's just
yeah,
what you
the
want.
review
Yeah.
system has been very popular.
Well, yeah, the automated ball strike system they were testing out in spring training was quite a cool little touch.
I like that.
Batsman's full house now.
And did you know that if an umpire gets his feelings hurt, if like a minor leaguer who's used to doing it comes up, tries to challenge that pitch, and umpire gets his feelings hurt, he could toss that player if he feels like it
Really?
was intentional.
Wow. That's kind of, I don't like that.
3-2. Swung on, foul.
I think the thing about being a ref in general is try and take your emotions out of it. You know, like Luka Doncic, this is a different sport, but Luka Doncic got thrown out of the game off of a ref's emotions, and he thought he was talking to him, but he was talking to a fan. You really got to try and take your emotions out of the game when you're a ref.
Well, and that technical foul got rescinded by the
Yeah, I know.
NBA.
Here's the 3-2. Sent the other way to right field, but playable and caught by Valadez. The 2 runners are stranded, It's still 8-5 as we head to the top of the 6th. Due up is Levitt, McGee, Green, and Odom.
Hi, everybody. Tanner Millsaps. Thank you for watching the Solano College Sports Network.
Hello, my name is Adam Ikeda. I'm the Director of Emergency Medical Services at Solano Community College in Fairfield, California. We have 3 classes that we hold each fall and spring semester with approximately 20 student capacity at each of our 3 campuses, which are in Fairfield, Vacaville, and Vallejo. We have an emergency medical responder course, we have an emergency medical technician course, and an emergency medical technician refresher course.
I'm really enjoying the program so far. We're a little bit over halfway done. We're getting great instruction from our teachers, learning about medical trauma calls. I'm hoping to end up as a paramedic for a fire department here in Fairfield, California.
We currently have partnerships with local ambulance providers. They allow our students, our EMT interns, to ride along with them, and there they're able to practice the skills that they've learned in class as far as CPR, trauma assessments, medical assessments.
You're going to see a lot of stuff, especially on ride-alongs. Just don't let all the stress and everything get to you. Once you get out into the field, you're going to help someone, whether it's physical or whether it's mentally.
It's a great stepping stone to a lot of other allied health professions. We typically get a lot of nursing students, fire technology students, doctoral students. If you're interested in joining, I recommend that you log in.
Welcome back to the Solano College Sports Network baseball broadcast. 8-5 here in the top of the 6th inning. Leading things off is the 3-slot Casey Levitt McGee. Mark Graham in his 2nd inning of work. A low check swing in play, and it's going to get through for a base hit. The third baseman, Chalk, didn't even get a glove on it.
It's been a rough game for Tyler Chalk defensively. Or that's not even Tyler Chalk over there anymore.
That's jersey number 4.
It's Rivera moving over to third.
Man, that third base is just, it's just tough today.
I thought so, yeah. Yes.
So Rivera moved over to third. Sayers still at short. We'll
Sayers
see.
made good plays. He just, that one incredible play he almost made is just too slow.
So over at second base is number 28, L'Esperance. He's in this ball game.
Yeah, L'Esperance. Interesting error by Tyler.
Oh, look out. It's knocked down by Graham, who picks it up. His only plays at first, and it looks like they got him. A great job by the first baseman, Alcantara, to keep his foot on the bag. Graham was clearly rattled. That ball was hit basically towards his head. He had to stick his glove up in self-defense. He knocked it down in front of him, got the out at first. The throw was a little wide. Alcantara handled it.
Yeah, interesting to see. We'll see if anything's wrong with Tyler Chalk or he was just replaced for that error he made.
So here's Jacob Odom, jersey number 19. Easton Green is out on a 1-3. A productive at-bat. It moved the runner to second.
He's got to do a little bit of a better job of letting that ball get by him.
Yeah, that's the one part of his game he could really clean up is that receiving the baseball.
And that's one of the, maybe the most important thing as a catcher.
Well, it's in the name of the position.
You got to catch the baseball. And we'll see J.J. Dane, he's got a bat in his hand right now. Looks like he's walking around the dugout trying to get a little loose.
Yeah, and not to be too hard on Hill. I mean, he is a freshman.
And he's been good on the offensive side, so.
Yeah, 6 foot, 230 pounds. That's the makings of a good catcher right there. It's just seeing the ball. It's also an adjustment, just like I mentioned earlier. First time I was catching a curveball on the Philippine national team, I couldn't stay down. You know, when you're catching a fastball at this level versus, you know, Mark Graham, who's well, let's see what Mark Graham is. He's a sophomore. So Mark Graham's had a year to work on his fastball. Kane Hill's just getting used to it now. bat on the ball, center field. Manila is going to play it on one hop. It's a base hit and a pair of snake eyes for the Eagles.
I mean, Javi, he didn't what you're really supposed to do. He first step was back, and then he broke in on that ball, just landed right in front of him, hit too softly for him to get even have an attempt on that ball.
Yeah, that was just all hands right there.
Yeah, great bat to ball skills. Here's Leo as far. He wants to hit it as far as he did last time. He had a double and 2 RBIs.
I like that one.
He also scored the 7th run of the ball game for the Eagles.
Yeah, and this is you need to shut it down right here if you're Mark Graham on the mound.
I'll look for the double play ball.
Yeah, you can't allow Laney to score more runs. It'd be so demoralizing as an offense for Solano.
Ball in play, just foul by a few blades of grass.
What's the biggest problem with doing all that?
As Laney, they do have people up and moving in the mound. Someone's throwing.
The left-handed pitcher out there.
Solano needs to get a rhythm on defense as well.
Line drive, center field. Manila going back. Manila's going to make the catch. Tagging at third is Levitt McGee as he comes in to score the 9th run of the game for the Laney Eagles on that sacrifice fly from Leo as far. He definitely hit that as far as he wanted to.
And this is what Laney needed to do, is just get more insurance because of how Solano has played this game.
So he's going to get an RBI on that sacrifice F8.
Yeah, and the person up in the bullpen for the Laney Eagles is Nathaniel Cordoba, freshman pitcher, 8.49 ERA.
Here's Zane Silos Holmes at the dish. The back pick from Kane. Good throw, but safe. Losing his helmet is Jacob Oldham. He's going to pick it up, and he's got proof that he played from his chest to his knees.
And the thing about this Laney offense is that there's really no weaknesses in their game. They have power, they have speed all around. They have contact all around the order. It's just, and their deep team is just impressive.
It's in the dirt. Good take, easy take from Silos Holmes. But you're right, Mace. I mean, this team is one of the best teams in the conference. And,
yeah,
you know, residing in Oakland, there's a lot of talent down in the East Bay.
Shout out to the Bay Area.
Which we are technically as well. Would you?
Fairfield?
I mean, oh, yeah. I mean,
yeah, that's the edge. That's the edge of the Bay, I think. Vacaville's not.
Yes. I would say.
Well, Cordelia is right near Martinez, and Martinez is an outlet coming from the main bay.
Well, Sassoon City has a waterfront. Sassoon is certainly part of the Bay.
Yeah.
I think it's interesting, you know, that you have the 12 Bay Area counties, and it's interesting that Marin, Sonoma, and Napa are considered part of the Bay Area counties.
Yeah.
But a lot of the main populations are so far north that they don't consider themselves part of the Bay.
Definitely.
And, you know, I guess colloquially it wouldn't be. Here's a 3-0 right down Broadway for a called strike, 3-1.
But when talking about Oakland, I feel like it's like
Oh,
the
that's
stepchild of the Bay Area. Like no one
Stepchild,
really like.
that's heart of the Bay right there, Oakland.
I feel like no one really talks about it though.
It's the heart, but nobody. It doesn't get the love that San Francisco does. So I see what you're saying, Robert.
Yeah, people mainly
like the middle child, really.
Yeah, if you hear Oakland, you're like, oh yeah, I forget that's part of the Bay Area. But if you hear San Francisco, you're like, oh yeah, it's got the Golden Gate Bridge, the Bay Bridge.
No, Oakland deserves better in their sports.
Yeah, everyone's left that city, and you just got to feel for that.
Pitcher's full house now as Zane Silos Holmes swings underneath that letter high offering.
Middle child's definitely probably the better one for that.
Yeah. Yeah, stepchild's more like kind of like Vallejo. Vallejo doesn't really get talked about enough. I mean,
oh, don't get me started. I'll be on that on the top half of this inning. Swing, and that ball is in play right side of the field, and Taylor comes in on the line. It was a foul ball, but he was able to secure out number 3. We're going to head into the bottom of the 6th. Due up is Manila, Parkinson, and Sayer.
Hey everybody, it's Bryce Alcantara. I just want to say thanks for watching the Solano College Sports Network.
Welcome back to the Solano College Sports Network baseball broadcast. We're here in the bottom of the 6th inning. A new pitcher has come in, number 17, Nathaniel Cordoba. Alex Gomez leaves today's game with 5 innings worked, 5 hits allowed, and 5 runs surrendered. Here is Javier Manila, who is 1 for 2 today. He had an infield single back in the 4th. Righty versus lefty matchup. The first pitch to Manila is up and away for ball 1.
So yeah, Gomez's day is done after 93 pitches.
An impressive outing for that young man.
It was very impressive. With some of those runs being unearned as well.
Yeah.
Defense has not really been
the strength
too
of this
sharp
game
here today for both sides.
There's strike 2. Strike 1. 2-1 the count.
Manila needs to find a way on the base.
Yeah, if Manila could get on base here, spark a rally here for Solano, it would be quite huge, especially in the later part of this game.
And he is the spark plug for this team, so if anyone's going to do it, it's going to be Javi.
Professor X, as we call him on the broadcast.
That's good.
3-2 now. Pitcher's full count.
Yeah. Parkinson still in this game on deck. Surprised Solano isn't going more with that platoon approach.
Other way, knocked down by Asfar. He's going to toss it to first. Got him! Wow, great play. Asfar knocked it down. Cordoba was on his way to first, trying to back up the play. Asfar tossed it to the pitcher, and they beat the speedy Manila in that foot race for out number 1.
I mean, Javi was running on that.
Yeah.
Great by Cordoba to go over and field his position well right there. It's got to be nerve-wracking with the fast runner like Javi running down the line.
Second time today you've had a first baseman field it and get the put out by the pitcher. So that just proves how good this team is, because those are the types of plays that a good team will make every single time.
Yeah, when you're able to make the PFP's pitcher fielding practice in-game, it shows they really work on it and care about it.
Yeah.
It's a fundamentals first type of team.
Jace has a lot of speed, so they just had 2 speedsters back to back, and they needed both of them to get on base. But Harvey just put in a really good effort right there. But I thought it was close. So
Yeah, I mean, he was
Can't
certainly
hate it.
busting it down the line, so doing all that he could, playing this game well. That loopy curveball misses above the head of Parkinson.
That came down any bit lower. Parkinson's taking a rip at it. That's the thing about those curveballs. You can see it pop out of the hand, but when it pops too far,
Line
it can be
drive
trouble.
foul. Yeah, I mean, you want to, like we said, it's hard to take those high curveballs because it could drop down into the zone. And it's also risky because slow and high, it's so easy to make contact with. Just like that, but he sends it to center. But Shabazz has a beat on it, 2 away.
Well, here comes the heart of the order. Let's see if they can make something happen. Mason Sayer, he had a sac fly last time up.
And usually this is where they start making their plays is on the 2-out line. So
Yeah, a lot of 2-out rallies
Yeah.
from the Solano
and
Falcons.
they did it last inning. They just couldn't capitalize, so they needed to find a way. The game's starting to slip away.
Yeah, in the 5th, it started with a fly out to the right fielder, and then a ground out to the first baseman, and then a walk from Ramos, who made it all the way to 3rd, and then Alcantara was on 1st before the inning ended. So, yeah, great observation there, Mace. You certainly have to be careful with Solano, especially with 2 outs.
And they get ahead of the count. They've gotten ahead every time at bat this inning, so it's just about capitalizing on your advantage.
Sayer thought about it. It's a called strike.
That was just cheddar right there.
Yeah, Cordoba, he throws a pretty good fastball in there, working in that fastball curveball mix.
That one's low. Easy take for a good hitter. 3-1 you would expect. I mean, Sayer, you can guarantee at least 1 walk a game from Sayer with how good his eye is. Now a pitcher's full house as Cordoba works himself back when he was down 3-1.
Well, Mason Sayer, he knows what pitch and what location he's looking for, but that one looked pretty good right there to me.
Payoff pitch, chopped in the air on 1 hop. It's going to be a foot race, and safe!
Safe, wow.
The first baseman, Asfar, he had no play other than to take it to the bag himself. It was a foot race between Asfar and Sayer beat it out for an infield single.
Well, it's just a big hop it took. Sayer busting it down the line. This Solano team, they're known for their speed a little bit. And just like that, could be the start of a 2-out rally that Solano really needs here in this inning.
Very speedy lineup they have out today, so I also wouldn't be surprised if they try to steal second.
Here's Michael Rivera. He's going to take ball 1. Today, Rivera had an infield single, a walk, and a run scored in the 3rd, and he grounded out to the 3rd baseman back in the 4th. So he's 1 for 2 with a walk and a run. Now he's got 1 ball, 1 strike, and 1 runner aboard with 2 outs.
Yeah, I really like Rivera to find any way he can to get on here, keep the lineup moving, especially with Taylor coming up to bat next in the on-deck circle.
Getting up top right now. 2-1.
Yeah, and you just want to keep the line moving if you're the Falcons.
Yes.
9-5, still
And you have
within
your
reach.
Cleanup up next too, so.
Here's the 2-1. Swung on, fouled back.
He liked that one.
Oh, yeah, you take a swing like that, you know that's his location he likes to see.
Yeah. Just got to capitalize. That's all it is.
Got to put up a good battle here, though, with 2 strikes.
2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs, 1 runner aboard. Here's the pitch. Outside, easy take. Batsman's full house now.
It just feels like Rivera's heartbeat never accelerates too much in these moments. You want a little bit of adrenaline pumping in these moments, but he just seems so relaxed up there at the plate, even keel like he has been all year.
And that's really what it's about when it's in these tight situations, not chasing the ball.
Runner goes. tapped foul.
And that's a good waste right there. Not chasing too far out the zone, protecting it. Anything close, got to swing
smart,
at.
Yeah.
Cordova sets.
Got to imagine he wants to pump in a fastball.
Here's the pitch. Ground ball right back to the pitcher. This should do it. He's going to unhand it to first, and the inning is over. No runs scored. We head to the top of the 7th. Due up is Shabazz, Gay Jr., and Vasquez.
Hi, I'm Eli Blurton. Thanks for watching Solano College Sports Network.
Welcome back to the Solano College Sports Network baseball broadcast. We are here in the top of the 7th. Shiraz Shabazz, the 8th slot, is going to lead things off. Some news for Solano College Sports. Diego Reyes, the previous assistant basketball coach, is going to take over as the interim head manager. The head coach, excuse me. We're playing baseball right now. He's going to take over as the head coach, the interim. He's only 27 years old, Diego Reyes. So very exciting for that young man.
Yeah, it's very surprising. Unexpected news has just happened recently. As of Sunday, I believe, is what I was told. So very surprising that both head coaches for the basketball teams, men and women's, Coach Borscher also retired recently. So it's been interesting, and we'll see how next year goes for these basketball teams.
Swinging a ground ball to the first baseman. Fair ball. They're going to toss it to first. I don't think that was the right play at all. He should have taken it himself. Safe at first and an infield single, but really that was a mental mistake from the first baseman. My name is Nathaniel Thomas. I'm on play-by-play alongside broadcast analyst Robert Murray, and joining us in the booth, Ryan Irwin. Ryan, how are we doing today?
Doing good. I mean, at one point it was a good game. It's still close. I mean, but it's been great baseball weather. A lot of action, defense, and hitting.
Well, speaking of baseball weather, you look a little tan now compared to last time we saw you.
Yeah, it's not putting on sunscreen. It kills you. I always forget to do it.
Well, Ryan's got a canvas that will show his tan pretty easily. But Ryan, he's covering up the tan with some very drippy baseball spike. You are the first man I've seen. And again, let's take in the context here. There's a bunt to the pitcher, Graham. He has it, throws it to first, and there's the out. I don't really care about that. Ryan, the season, it's April 10th. The home opener was just 6 days ago.
Yep.
And you're already head to toe in the Giant City Connect. And it couldn't look better on you, man.
Yeah. No, so it's the new Giant City Connect uniforms. They debuted a few nights ago on Tuesday. Of course, they got shut out 1-0 on that night, but we don't talk about that because, shutouts are going to happen. You're not always going to hit home runs and drive-in runs, but they got capped off by a beautiful Mike Yastrzemski splash walk-off hit yesterday afternoon. and they've been playing good. 9-3, heading to New York to play the Yankees. But yeah, I mean, talking about the City Connects, what I was told is that these are paying homage to the early 70s into the early 80s.
The Fillmore District, right? The music scene at the Fillmore District.
Yeah. That's why you have more of the tie-dye, and then it's also hints of they have some music symbols on here just for different genres around the Bay Area. So it was very inspired by, obviously, the Fillmore District and also early hip-hop, kind of what brings everyone in the Bay Area together, which is music.
And what's beautiful is the pinstripes. So they're not your typical Yankees pinstripes. They call them the sound waves.
Yeah.
And it just looks phenomenal on you. And there's also a little bit of purple on that jersey. It's to represent New York University in the early 1910s to the 1920s. The New York Giants at the time, there's a base hit to right field. The runner on second is going to score. It's 10-5. Here's the throw and safe. So when the Giants were in New York, they played at New York University, and one of New York University's colors was purple.
Yep.
So it looked a little out of place to me at first, but knowing the history, it makes a little more sense.
Yeah.
And I love, thank you, whoever works at Nike, for giving my city a little bit of history, more than just fog.
Yeah, yeah.
I mean, the jerseys look good. They played well in them, but hey, City Connect, let's celebrate your city's history. Here's fog. So I like these look phenomenal.
Yeah, no, they definitely. I feel like when the City Connects first, like when it was first a thing, the Giants were one of the first teams to get access to it.
So runner goes here, and the throw down by Hill. Got him in time. Great tag by Sayer.
Great throw.
Good job.
I felt like a lot of the teams around the league they didn't really know like what to do, because it was like a whole new thing.
Yeah, like what's allowed, what's safe.
The Giants, I didn't mind the Fog City Connect jerseys. I did feel like they put more effort into this one than the first one.
You know which City Connect, sorry to interrupt you, they really ruined?
What?
The Twins.
Well, the Twins have the same sort of sound wave type pinstripes.
It's water waves.
Water waves, that's what that is.
Signifying the lakes, but I feel like just the blue and yellow just really does not signify Minnesota sports to me at all. Because at least with the Giants, they went with the orange and black, like their main team colors.
Oh, yeah,
here. Sorry.
With the script on the chest.
This is Giants colors, and they went completely off the board with Twins. So that one made me a little mad.
Well, they're getting new, right? They're getting new ones?
Nope.
No?
Not yet. It'll loop back around, but
maybe
that one really bothered me.
Yeah, because I think their City Connect released a little later. So and the City Connects last 2 years.
Yep.
So we got 2 years with this jersey, and Ryan, you're gonna get the full 2 years, man. First week, you're the first fan I've seen to be repping the City Connects, and I'll be honest, you're probably gonna be the first one I'm gonna see for a couple weeks, for a couple months. You were on it. That's a dedicated Giants fan, right? SF Central on Instagram.
I went to the games over the homestand and saw some pretty cool walk-offs. Great baseball, but obviously when these debuted, I was like, I know I need to buy them right away, because when they first came out with them, the first ones, the Fog ones, I didn't get them right away because I thought,
it was uninspiring.
Yeah. And I was like, you know what? I'm sure they'll always be here. I just didn't feel like it was going to sell out the way it did. And then you couldn't buy them online or buy them at the Dugout store for like 4 or 5 months after they launched.
Line drive, right field, looking up and stop, stare, and say goodbye. Mateo Valadez has just cranked a solo shot here in the 7th.
I mean, that turned everyone's head here who's at Yarborough Stadium right now. You just knew that hit off the sweet spot of the bat. Just absolutely rocketed that one out into right center.
Loud contact off the bat.
11-0 now.
That's that kind of sound that you just, as a pitcher, you just ask for a new ball right when they hit it. You don't even turn and look.
I mean, as soon as Taylor started going back and showed us his numbers, I was like, yeah, it's gone. And this one just kept slipping away from Solano.
That is the 4th run scored today by Valadez. What an impressive performance by that young man. Now that ball is going to be in the air, and it looks like Manila wrestles with it and secures it for out number 3. 11-5 now as we head to the bottom of the 7th. Due up is Taylor, Chalk, and Ramos.
Devin Hancock, thanks for watching the Solano College Sports Network.
Welcome back to the Solano College Sports Network baseball broadcast. We're here in the bottom of the 7th inning. It's 11-5. The first pitch to Cameron Taylor's outside. Taylor today was hit by a pitch in the first. In the second, he had a 2 RBI triple where he scored the 4th run of the game on an error on the same play. In the 5th, he flew out to the right fielder. And now in this 4th plate appearance today, we are in the 7th. So still a lot of ball game left, but, you know, trailing by 6. We'll see what the Falcons put up here. First pitch is going to be lined down the left field line for a base hit. And just like that, Cameron Taylor is going to start digging for 2. He just stretched that into a leadoff double. And that's exactly what we were talking about in the 5th inning when he tried to show bunt and catch the third baseman off guard. That makes perfect sense for everyone except Cameron Taylor because now he started off the inning on second.
Yeah, I mean, it makes sense for everyone but your main power guy. He just got an extra base hit right there. Great hustle by him to get into second base safely. And when Cameron Taylor is showing bunt, it just confuses me in my mind, and I just like him swinging away no matter what. Yeah. And it's a great start here for Solano if they want to have an attempt to come back in this game.
It is always very odd when you see one of your main power hitters lay down a bunt or attempt to lay down a bunt, because if you let them swing away, stuff like this happens. If the ball's not going over the wall, it's going off the wall, or they're lining it down into gaps. And, I mean, that's ultimately, you want your power hitter swinging.
Yeah, I mean, and for all we know, it was Cameron Taylor's idea. You know, maybe he wants to show off his speed, and he saw the third baseman playing him back. Yeah. But here is Tyler Chalk. The third baseman's right at the lip of the grass.
It's L'Esperance.
Excuse me, L'Esperance gets his first at-bat today in the 7th.
We are still unaware of why Chalk's main reason out of the ball game.
He could just be subbed out, that's all.
But I'm still confused by it, subbing out one of your top hitters on the team.
That ball's popped up. It could be playable, giving chase to the first baseman, but that's going to land in the bullpen.
Yeah, that ball ended up in no man's land as got a pitcher warming up over there. Number 33 is Caleb Garrison. Getting loose down there in the bullpen.
Cordoba sets, and the pitch is way high. 2-1 the count, but yeah, no, Ryan. What I also like is the hat. I mean, it stays true to Giants colors, you know, black and orange, and then you got the Oakley shades that match with it. So I hope I'm painting the picture for everyone listening who can't see this beautiful man repping the Giants gear. And 2-2 now is the count. But how was the field? You said you were there for 2 of the walk-offs?
Yes, 2 of them.
Wow. 3 walk-offs and 1 homestand
yeah.
is impressive.
Yeah. Saw Willie Adamas on the home opener, and then the Mike Yastrzemski splash hit yesterday, which was awesome. There was a lot of fans there, too, for a midweek day game. I think there was over 30,000 people. So
wow, for a midweek day game,
yeah.
I mean, that's impressive.
Well, that's what happens when your ownership's good.
Batsman's full house now for Trevor Lesperance. Here's the pitch, swung on, sent the other way. That's going to be a base hit. Taylor is going to be waved in.
Oh, that's a good throw.
Here's the throw, the slide, safe. Oh, and a little collision at home plate. He knocked off Silos Holmes off of his feet. And, I mean, no ill intention there. It was just the throw brought the catcher right into the lane of Cameron Taylor. But it's 11-6. The Falcons put up their first run in 3 frames. And we're going to take a look at Silos Holmes. Let's hope he's okay.
Yeah, that was a rough play out there.
There's not much that you could have done about that, though, because the throw was kind of up the line. It wasn't, like, way up the line, but it's just an unfortunate sequence there where, you know, you're leaning over trying to make that play, and then you have the runner coming in sliding. Definitely wasn't intentional by any means, but it's just a very unlucky play.
And it looks like Caleb Garrison's going to come into the game here. That is going to do it for Nathaniel Cordoba. Pretty solid outing here for him.
So Nathaniel Cordoba is going to exit this game after only 1 complete inning of work.
Yeah, he has an inning plus of work.
He's recorded 3 outs, but has surrendered a double and a run.
Yeah, so an inning plus of work. If you want to score it there at home.
It'll be exactly 1.0 innings because he got the 3 outs.
Well, you say an inning plus because he also had more pitches going on in this, but didn't record the out.
So I would be 1.0 plus?
You could just put 1.0 on your scorecard. You just say an inning plus of work.
An inning plus.
That's what you do.
Thank you for expanding my baseball vernacular.
Vernacular.
Like I said yesterday at the Giants game, you know, if you're Solano, you're never out of it. You're never out of the game. And 11-6, I mean, there's no outs. You got to feel like if you're Solano, you could, you know, scoring that run spew some confidence into that dugout.
Yeah, and good to see Silos Holmes is okay after taking that tough collision. It looked like an awkward slide there by Taylor.
Yeah.
No ill intention, so just...
Yeah, he just completely got taken off his feet, man.
Yeah. Just an unlucky play if you're Laney because that throw wasn't even that bad. It was on line. It was kind of up the line, but, I mean, they maybe have a chance to get him if that slide, you know, if that collision doesn't happen.
Well, as it's Mateo Kopp hitting now. So Solano, they're going to their bench, trying to spark anything they can here. He's in place for Rolando Ramos.
First at bat here in the 7th inning. So Kopp versus the new pitcher Caleb Garrison. First at bat for Garrison. He's got a runner on second. Pitch, curveball in the zone for strike 1. Over at second base is Trevor Lesperance after he had that RBI single and he advanced on the throw. Coming in to score the 6th run was Cameron Taylor.
I mean, you got 3 more innings to work with. Why not make some magic happen here if you're Solano?
Low and away. 1 ball, 1 strike. Mateo Kopp.
And usually with Mateo Kopp, we see him only for 1 at bat usually at a time. We'll see if he gets more playing time here today. But you got to like the approach he's taking right now. 1-1 count.
Ooh, curveball in the zone for, oh, low. 2-1.
Might have been a little outside. Silas Holmes was.
And the 2-1 is a called strike right at the top of the zone. 2-2 now.
Yeah, we'll see. Got a battle here if you're cop.
Another chance for Solano to drive in a run.
Yeah, make this game even closer. Can make it 7-Eleven. Pretty good gas station.
Outside.
Has some of the best road snacks.
Batsman's full house. 3-2. Yeah, road snacks are very important.
What's your go-to road snack?
Well, as Jose Canseco would say, I like some road meat, so I'll get some beef jerky.
Beef jerky?
That's some of the best road snacks you can have.
Swung through and missed, so Caleb Garrison defeats the full house. 1 away.
You know, with road snacks, I mean, I do love beef jerky, but recently I discovered the Jolly Rancher ropes. I don't know if you guys have ever had those before, but those might be like my new favorite.
And then, you know, a few years later, they come out with this thing called Nerd Gummy Clusters.
Yeah, yep.
And those are pretty popular now.
Yep.
Gonna strike 1.
But I'm more of a chips guy.
The chips, yeah.
Gotta give me a bag of chips if I'm snacking on the road.
What's your go-to chip?
It depends. Depends on my mood that day, but can never go wrong.
Line
with the
drive
burrito.
up the middle. It's going to be played and off of the glove of the shortstop. A run is going to be waved in. And another hit for Alcantara. 3rd single in a row. Have yourself a day. Bryce Alcantara. It was a ground ball off of the pitcher's mound, so the shortstop Vasquez couldn't stay with it. It hit the tip of his glove and carried him to the center field. Wow.
Well, we don't have an official score, but that would be a tough one to rule. It could be
That was a base hit for sure in my books.
Depends on how the person wants to score. If you're Nathaniel Thomas, you score a single, but if you're other person, you could score that an error on the shortstop. He did get a glove on it. Very hard hit, though, by Alcantara, and way to make the game closer.
And off of the mound, too. It's just you can't expect everyone to be able to make that play unless you're Brandon Crawford. Here's Kane Hill. He's looking for his first hit today.
Good stop there by Silas Holmes, getting his body in front of it. Definitely daring Alcantara to run on that.
100%.
Saw a little hop up and down. He was getting a little excited for that one.
Alcantara has scored a run back in the 4th. He got stranded on his other 2 singles, so could be itching to cross the plate and help his team. It's 11-7. The game's within reach still, and we're only in the 7th. Here's the pitch. It's low in the dirt. Alcantara easily advances. That one was through the legs of the catcher, Silas Holmes.
Yeah, just a good block. Just couldn't really get fully in front of it. Silas Holmes, he's been pretty good defensively here today.
Yeah, in my books, that's going to be a wild pitch. You can't fault the catcher on that one.
Yeah, definitely not a pass ball.
So, Kane, he's got a runner in scoring position. 2-1 count with 1 out. Here's the pitch. Curveball. He sat back on it. Up the line. Fair ball! And Kane is digging for 2. Alcantara easily scores a stand-up double for the catcher. It's now 11-8.
You never feel like you're out of it. And that, you know, hits like this and driving in runs, even if it's late in the game, you never can doubt yourself as a team. And it just continues to spew confidence because the next guy coming up is going to be like, yeah, I can knock this guy in. The guy behind him is like, yeah, I can get this hit, knock this guy in. And if you have that type of confidence, there's not a lot of teams in the league that can beat you.
Yeah, Laney, they're winners of 5 of their last 6, but Solano, they're looking to make it a tough one here for them to win today.
Here's Javier Manila. Manila had an infield single back in the 4th.
He wanted that pitch.
He's 1 for 3 today.
As we have Cooper Dwyer waiting here on deck.
Yeah, he would be batting in place of Jace Parkinson. And that double down the line second one down that left field line for the Falcons today. So there's a little bit of a hole that they're exploiting. They've exploited it twice.
And I want to give Silas Holmes a little bit more credit here. After taking that weird play at the plate by Cameron Taylor, that weird slide, getting his feet taken out from under him, it's just he's been back there ready ever since, blocking these pitches in the dirt.
Curveball. Too high or too inside? 2-1. But great pitch. Good take from Manila.
Yeah, I was going to say, back to what you were saying about that kind of open hole on the left side of the outfield.
Yeah.
I was going to say something about that earlier because I was looking, and I don't know if Laney's left fielder has just shifted a little too much, but they're abusing that left side of the outfield.
Yeah, no, they're really taking advantage of that double down the line. It's good to see twice in a game that they're able to pull that off.
Yeah.
You don't see that too often.
Got a little bit of a reset going on here.
2 balls, 2 strike, 1 out for Javier Manila. Kane Hill on second, not too much speed, so he's going to have to poke it in the gaps and give Hill some help. Chopper. It's going to be a tough play for whoever gets it. It's going to be the pitcher. Everybody's safe. And a pair of snake eyes for the Falcons here.
I mean, Solano, they're taking advantage of when the ball hits highly off this dirt in front of the plate. They got fast runners, and they know as soon as it takes that high hop, they're booking it out the box.
Yeah, there's been at least 2 Baltimore chops this game, so impressive running.
Here comes Cooper Dwyer.
A lot of small ball today. A lot of action in front of the pitcher.
You know, I wonder with runners on the corners if they might try to lay down a bunt and get a squeeze here, sacrifice squeeze.
That wouldn't be a bad idea. We haven't seen them execute that all season, but with Cooper Dwyer, number 13, getting his first at bat in the 7th, you know, anything's possible. Now a timeout's going to be called. Good move from the Laney dugout because first and third with a tying run at the plate, you definitely want to be careful.
Yeah, Micah Billings, number 28, warming up in the pen. And it looks like just a little visit right now. Talking about how Solano is getting their way back into this one. We saw Solano. They had a lead.
Yep.
Got blown. Laney took a lead. This one
is still undecided, but anything can happen.
Anything can happen, like you were saying.
It's definitely interesting. It's getting interesting.
Yeah, so it looks like just a regular old mound visit.
Well, and for Solano, I mean, they're not going to hit the ball over the wall all the time, so they're going to stick to
Well, no, Solano only has 7 home runs on the year.
Yeah, so they're going to stick to what they know, and I think, you know, that's just playing small ball. If you have a fast runner up there, lay down a bunt, they're going gap to gap, they're getting singles, and they're just going station to station, and that's so important because, you know, not every swing has to be the big hero home run. You know, just play to what you know, and that's what they know how to do, and it's working right now for them.
Really pushing your scorebooks to the limit here, Nathaniel Thomas. Almost running out of page.
Nah, I mean, I'd need to go 12, 13 innings to run out of the page, but I designed this
we could
scorebook.
go. You never know.
Hey, who knows? It's too bad we're not paid overtime for this. It's too bad we're not paid at all.
I was going to say we're not even paid. We're getting hours towards the certification, though.
Hello to every news station that I'm going to be sending this demo to. Hello to Miko Halili at Signal TV out in the Philippines. This is going to you one day.
If you were all listening, Nathan's got a message for you guys.
Hello to Brody Brazil at his YouTube channel. Swing and a miss. It was an off speed that got him out in front. 0-2.
Yeah, Cooper Dwyer, he's taking big swings right now. We'll see if he could relax a little bit, just keep that lineup moving.
Pick off to first, diving back safely is Manila. Manila on first, Kane on third. 1 out, 0-2 count, Cooper Dwyer. Righty on righty matchup versus the new pitcher, this inning. Caleb Garrison. Another pick off to first. Manila getting back. More speed on first than on third. Garrison sets and the 0-2. Curveball swung on and driven deep to center. This should do it. Kane is going to tag, and Kane is going to score the 9th run of the game. And just like that, it's a 2-run ball game.
Hey, down but never out with the Solano Falcons offense.
Small ball.
A lot of people in this Yarborough Stadium probably thought Cooper Dwyer got a little bit more of it than he actually did, but nonetheless, sacrifice fly will do.
Yeah, they'll take that any day.
As number 5 will come up here for Solano.
2 away here in the 7th.
Scoreboard got it a little wrong there.
Yeah, it's not 12-8, it's 9-11, guys.
Look out. That 911 is my favorite car. Here's the pitch. Swung on in the air. This looks playable. The center fielder and the left fielder. It's the left fielder who calls it off. Out number 3. The Falcons tack on 2. No, 3. 4. It's now 11-8.
I'm Cooper Dwyer. Thanks for watching Solano College Sports Network.
My name is Mark Lancet, and I'm a professor of three-dimensional art here at Solano Community College. I was the founder of the Woodfire program here at the college.
This was a great opportunity to talk to artists, to work with artists and talk to them and be with them and enjoy like a nice night with them.
If people want to get involved and develop their capacity in an area, the community college is here for that.
The idea of this space is to allow students to be creative.
You get to design whatever you want.
They help you get an idea, and then you can just go from there.
From 3D printing, laser cutting,
hydraulics, electronics.
It's incredible what people have done.
We had employers come in and tell us, we need these skills.
The teachers are really helpful.
Super supportive if you have no experience.
I've had a fantastic time. I've learned a lot.
Welcome back to the Solano College Sports Network baseball broadcast. We are now here in the top of the 8th inning. The Falcons have tacked on 4. It's made it very interesting. 11-9 the score is. Going out there on the mound is a new pitcher for the Solano Falcons. We'll get word on the name soon.
All right, we got a little bit of defensive changes going on here.
Go ahead and read them off, Robert.
Michael Rivera is now playing shortstop. Mason Sayre is out of the game. Rios will be at third. And Kozar's in the pitch.
Kozar.
So Mason Sayre's day is done.
Kozar is going to face off against Easton Green. Low and away. Easton Green today is 0 for 4 in this 4th plate appearance. Excuse me. He's 0 for 2 with 2 sacrifices and an RBI. So don't let all the red deceive you. He has had some very productive outs. That's all you can ask for, really, for a batsman. So Kozar, jersey number 49. Righty on righty matchup.
Yeah, a lot of defensive changes for
Well,
the Solano team.
A lot of substitutions, but as you said, Robert, I mean, a lot of life has been brought in. It's like a fresh breath of air.
A breath of fresh air? Is that what we're looking for?
A breath of fresh air of breath. Here's Kozar.
You know what he means.
You understand the spirit of what I'm trying to say. Sometimes words just don't come out properly. Line drive to the third baseman, Rios, who throws it across. Out number 1.
And third base is such a cool position to play. I mean, it's the hot corner for a reason, for stuff like that.
And Mateo Kopp is in left field. So we got all the changes out of the way.
5-3 on the out. Thank you, Robert, for being so diligent for the folks at home who can't quite see it. Robert is the one who's in charge of making sure the defensive alignments are all set. There's a fly ball to center field. Javier Manila wrangles it in for out number 2.
Yeah, you can feel this momentum shifting here as we go along in this game. And J.J. Dane, he's taking some cuts. Who knows? He might get in at bat here late in this game.
Yeah, we've seen that where Hill will get the start, but they'll keep Dane reserved for the latter innings. And it's always good to have your catcher get some looks, especially towards the end of the game, because as we've seen with Kane, you could miss some balls. Just like hitting, catching is all about timing and seeing the ball well. And so you want to make sure you get your both catchers in for some looks, even if it's down in the bullpen. I remember when Buster Posey was called up in 2009 for the first time. He was a September call-up, and he got called up on September 1st. I don't think he made his debut until 2 weeks later. And they just stuck him in the bullpen. Bochy did.
And I remember every time he would go out to do bullpen, he would catch the relievers, the whole entire stadium would erupt. Like, people were so excited to just see Buster on the field. And, I mean, Hall of Famer, three World Series.
His accolades could go on. I remember this one time when he was catching a bullpen, there was a foul ball. He turned around and he caught it. And so he had a highlight reel before he even made his debut. That's how good that young man was in the day.
He was very hyped up by the entire city, and he turned the entire city around for baseball.
He's doing it again here in 2025. There's a strike. 3-1 now is the count. Giants, one of the best teams in baseball. We had a better record than the Dodgers at some point in the week.
Hey, give it a month. I'll start talking about good teams after a month.
Well, it's
just got to wait on that part.
For your opening homestand to have 3 walk-offs, there's a ground ball to the shortstop. Rivera, he has it. Tough play, tough throw, and is not going to get dug out. So safe at first and advancing the second on the error. I don't know who gets the error, but it's just going to go down as an E.
Well, and not to nitpick, but Kane Hill, he's got to be running out there on that one. No one's on. Catcher's usually got to back up that throw.
Yeah, catcher and right fielder, too. Don't forget that.
Yeah, right fielder. Cameron Taylor, you are not safe young man out there in right field. But, yeah, we need people backing up throws. This is why exactly you back up a throw.
Yeah, but it was a good play, though, from Rivera. He had to get it on the backhand and get a
Well, you can't blame Rivera for trying to get a throw off there.
Absolutely not. It feels like Alcantara hasn't had too much success digging out those balls in the dirt, and that's something you need to be able to do as a first baseman. So
yeah,
I might lean towards E3 rather than E6.
It's definitely been a tough day over there. And, I mean, you're going to have days like that, and it's hard because, you want to anticipate the hop. You want to anticipate it's not just going to hit the ground and then roll.
Well, I definitely feel like it's definitely easier backhand than it is forward.
Definitely.
Picking the ball.
Yeah. But
down the line, foul. I disagree. I personally do better on the forehand because you can square up both eyes. When you backhand it, your eyes are sort of back a little bit. And I feel like those are the ones that hit the heel of my glove a little bit. Every player is a little different.
We just have different eyeballs. That's what it comes down to.
That's true. I mean, everyone's balls are unique to them. 0-2 is the count. Kozar sets, and he's going to turn around.
That frustrates me. I mean, Kozar had a great move over to second base, and no one's covering or paying attention.
And that's going to miss by a hair. 1 ball, 2 strikes.
We'll see. One good pitch here can get him out of the inning and get those hot bats back up for Solano.
1-2. Curveball inside and low. So 2-2 now. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs, and a runner on second. Wilding here in the top of the 8th.
He's definitely got a really nice wraparound curveball. I mean, that started, we saw it, it started behind the hitter.
The 2-2. Popped up, foul.
Yeah, Silas Holmes, he's put up some good at-bats today, despite not being as productive as he could be or would like.
Yeah, I mean, he's put the ball in play every time. A ground out to the shortstop in the second, a fly out to the left fielder in the fourth, a walk and a run scored in the fifth. And in the sixth, he flew out to the right fielder. Now he's going to take ball 3. So, wow, a very impressive batsman's full house after he was behind 0-2.
Yeah, Cahill talking to the home plate umpire right now. He's saying that one's a little close, Blue.
The payoff pitch. Swung on, line drive. That's going to get down for a base hit. Manila has it. Here's the quick throw in. The runner's going to score easily. So it's 12-3 off of that RBI single from Zane Silos Holmes.
I mean, that one's not going to kill you yet, but that one hurts a lot. For sure. Silos Holmes coming into the game batting 192 with a 212 slugging percentage. It's just been tough.
So an RBI single. Here's Shiraz Shabazz. And that does hurt, considering the fact that Asfar reached on an error. So, especially after the first 2 were retired in order. So that just shows you the cost of an error.
Well, you got to imagine if Rivera just holds on to that ball or Alcantara makes that pick, this is a completely different inning.
Inning's probably over.
But Kozar, he has to persevere here.
You got to pick up a teammate.
So Shiraz Sabaz flew out to the center fielder in the second. He struck out in the fourth. In the fifth, he was hit by a pitch and got stranded at third. But in the seventh, he scored a run after reaching on an infield single. Now he's going to take a strike. 2-1 now on the lower outside part of the zone to the left-handed batsman. Yeah, you can hear his teammates shouting his name, Boz. It's a good nickname.
Boz.
Swing and a miss. It was early on that off speed. 2 strikes now.
Good pitch from Kozar. I mean, has an unearned run given up here. It's not completely his fault. He's pitching good.
Yeah, Kozar's doing fantastic.
Just defense here today.
Has a chance to get out of it now. The 2-2. Ooh, that's going to hit Shabazz.
I mean, that one hurts. 2-2 count.
It's not what you want to see. So now 2 runners on. 2 out for the 9th slot hitting Ronald Gay Jr. You do not want to get to the top of the lineup with 2 out and the bases loaded. Kozar has to attack Gay Jr. right now and get him out.
You got to trust your defense, and even if the ball gets hit, trust that they're going to make that play and get you out of the inning.
Yeah, you can't let the score get any higher than it is right now, 12-9.
Especially when there's a lot of confidence now. Your offense just brought you back into the game. You got to get out of this inning.
Gets the sign from his coach, Kozar. He's set. That pitch is in there, Nathaniel Thomas.
Yeah, 0-1 is the count, so we're going to see what Gay Jr. can do with a runner in scoring position. He popped up to the second baseman in the second. He flew out to center in the fifth. He beat the pitcher's full house by drawing a walk back in the fifth. He had 2 at-bats in the fifth. And in the seventh, he had a sacrifice bunt that moved everyone over.
Now it's 0-2.
Well, thank you.
After the big bender landed in the zone.
2 outs now. Kozar sets the kick and the 0-2. Swung on and missed. Swing you later. That's going to end the inning, but They do tack on one. It's 12-9 as we head to the bottom of the 8th. Due up is Rivera, Taylor, and L'Esperance.
My name's Aaron Strong. Thank you for watching Solano College Sports Network.
If you're interested in a career in automotive technology, you can come to Solano Community College's Automotive Technology program here in Vallejo, California, where you can get one of many certificates of completion, and also you can get an Associate's in Science degree in automotive technology. You can get a certificate of completion in as little as 1 year. So if you're interested in taking courses in automotive technology, you can go to the automotive technology website here. We can schedule a tour at any time. We can host an open house event. If you have any questions about the Solano College Automotive Technology program, you can email me at this email.
Welcome back to the Solano College Sports Network baseball broadcast. We are here in the bottom of the 8th inning. Michael Rivera is going to step up to the plate and take a hack at it. On the mound still is jersey number 33. Let's see who's on the mound. Yes, 28 for the Laney Eagles. That is Mika Billings. He's a sophomore. He's got a 1.57 ERA. He's got a 1-3 record in 18 appearances. 5 saves on the year, 28 and 2/3 innings pitched.
I'm just going to help you with his first name. It's Micah.
Yeah, Micah.
You said Mika.
Mika. Micah. How Mika? Is it a good drink?
You're probably thinking about that too much right now.
A little bit.
I didn't notice this until this inning, actually, that Laney, they have a pitch comm.
They do.
That's how you know they're legit.
Saw Silas Holmes put the little part of the pitch comm into his ear. We'll see if Michael Rivera can start a rally here.
Yeah, today Rivera had an infield single in the first. He walked and scored the 3rd run of the day in the 3rd, where he beat the pitcher's full house. In the 4th, he grounded out to the 3rd baseman. In the 6th, he grounded out to the pitcher. And here he is in the 8th against the new pitcher. Takes ball 1 against Micah Billings.
You know what I would love?
What was that?
Probably a hot dog.
Well, that sounds really good. But I would love to witness 3 walk-offs. I think that would be pretty cool in the last few days.
Well, this broadcast hasn't had one yet, and that one is above the neck for 3-0.
Yeah, we'll see. We'll see what we can do here if we're the Solano Falcons. Obviously, full take all the way there. Rivera's not going to take his chances.
Yeah, especially when you're down by 3. So you want to be a little patient, try to let them put you on. But now, Billings winds, and that's an easy take. Ball 4.
Good at bat there by Rivera, just taking his leadoff walk. Didn't really have any close pitches to hit besides the one in the zone that he really doesn't want to swing at. We'll see if the man, Cameron Taylor, can go yard once again for us and make this exciting. But I'll take a base hit.
Yeah.
Not put too much pressure on him.
Just find some grass out there and advance this runner.
Well, Taylor is 2 for 3 with a hit by pitch. And he also has 2 runs scored. So if he gets on base, he's got a high likelihood of getting on all the way around. But some good production from this Solano's offense. You got runs scored top to bottom. So it's not too focused on the top half. It's a very equally distributed production, 1 through 9. And that's why you have to think about the lineup as a circle that moves. There's a good curveball, strike 3.
I mean, he's going to hold back his mouth right there. He's wanted to say something after every pitch. He didn't like it.
That last pitch was a little low, but I think he's got a slider, and obviously he's mixing with that curveball. So, I mean, if he's going to paint like that, it's going to be a tough inning for the Falcons.
Here's Trevor Lesperance. First pitch at the eyes, ball 1.
Well, it feels like these shorter players can't really locate well as Billings right now. As Rivera, he's not tall by any means. Well, he's a decent height, but not Cameron Taylor tall.
In the dirt for ball 2. Lesperance's first at-bat was in the 7th where he had that heroic RBI single, and he himself ended up scoring a run. That single was with the batsman's full house, so the full house won the battle. Here's the 2-0, swung on and fouled back. 2-1 is the count. Waiting on deck. It looks like Mateo Kopp is waiting for his second at-bat.
Well, and we think that this Laney team's tough right now. Wait till Solano plays Marin in their next game, which is our next broadcast on Tuesday. It's going to be a tough one for sure. Marin, they're always good, 13-1 in conference play. And what more could you say about it? They're on an 8-game winning streak currently. It's good for a 7-12 win percentage.
They're just all around a good baseball team. So I've read.
They've scored double digits quite a bit this season.
Check swing in play. Tough one for the second baseman who wrangles it and still gets the out. A productive at bat though as the runner Rivera moves on to second.
He definitely was not looking for a fastball on that pitch. He was looking for something off speed, and that's why you see the half swing.
Gotta see what Mateo Kopp can do here.
If you could just get one this inning.
Ooh, just another good curveball in the zone. Billings probably has the best curveball we've seen all day today. Just a very nasty 10-4 movement. If you were to imagine a clock from the perspective of the batter, here's the pitch.
And it's
fastball.
It's not that prototypical big 12-6 drop where it kind of floats in the air. It's a quick snap.
Yeah, he's got that bent wire.
As a balk was called here.
Oh, so moving to third is Rivera. And did we see what the balk was on? Was it the hand separation?
I believe that's what the umpires were signaling.
So Billings is going to opt to go in the windup here. Ooh, curveball, high. Slipped away.
That one just got away from him.
That one tried to go the curveball again.
I believe you
2-1.
just got to be patient right now versus Billings. Yeah. He hasn't shown me that he can really locate a pitch well right now.
Here's a 2-1. Swung through and missed. You can tell Kopp was a little greedy with that one.
It's so hard to sit on that fastball when you're just seeing slider, curveball, slider, curveball, slider, curveball the entire at bat.
2 balls, 2 strike, 2 up. A runner on third. Winds and deals, and a curveball fought off and fouled away. Good job by Kopp getting a bat on that one.
Yeah, it was a great foul off by Kopp there.
He definitely looked like he was sitting on that curveball.
So we'll do it again at 2-2.
As you can see,
it's taking a long time.
Rivera's trying to cause another balk.
Yeah.
And you should just call time now as a batsman. But
yep.
Strike 3 called, and the runner is stranded. The score stays 12-9 as we head into the top of the 9th. Due up is Vasquez, Valadez, and Levitt McGee.
Hi, I'm Isaiah Pazmino. Thank you for watching the Solano College Sports Network.
College just got affordable. Up to 100% of enrollment fees can be reimbursed for first-time college students taking full-time classes. At Solano Community College, we are taking full advantage of this to further your future. With certificate and degree programs in industrial technology, aeronautics, biotechnology, and many others, Solano Community College is a staple for success. For more information, please contact the Financial Aid Office at 707-864-7000.
Welcome to TV 55. In this hands-on class at Solano Community College, you will learn all aspects of television production, how to use high-end cameras, lighting, and audio equipment in the field and right here in the studio. Whether you are looking at making better YouTube videos, educational or promotional segments, or finding your creative passion, enroll today. Get an art school education at the fraction of the cost. Visit us online at solano.edu.
Welcome back to the Solano College Sports Network baseball broadcast. Tony Maldonado, number 29, fourth pitcher of the game for the Falcons. He's out there to start the ninth, a right-handed pitcher. It's 12-9. The Laney College Eagles lead the Solano Falcons, and they really need a shutdown inning right here just to even keep it close.
Yeah, last inning was really tough. I mean, Billings was just lights out for Laney, and when you have a reliever a late inning reliever that can come in and just do that, it's so hard to fight back.
So leading things off is the leadoff batsman, Jesus Vasquez, and he's about to begin his 6th plate appearance. And he's going to take ball 1.
Not often do you get a 6th plate appearance in a 9-inning ball game.
Absolutely not. And not often do you get to the last column of my scorecard.
I was telling you. You're getting close.
Just a bit.
I mean, you could do a little half one right there.
You'll find a room. You got to find a room.
And he's got a second sheet at that point. I always wondered what major league broadcasters do when you got those like back in the day before the Manfred runner. You know, you'd have those 17, 18-inning ball games. No one can hit the ball.
I think you stopped keeping score at that
point. Yeah, you just rely on whatever the computers tell you. Whatever the intern stats give.
StatCast and, all that fun new stuff.
Time is called in the middle.
Pitch clock violation.
So it's ball 3 without even being thrown.
It's the first time I think we've seen the pitch clock violation here.
Yeah, I mean, the first time the Falcons have done a really good job of staying on top of it. So there's a 4-pitch walk. Wow, a 3-pitch, 4-ball walk to Jesus Vasquez.
It's the first time that, at least this season so far, we've seen the umpires actually be on top of it. Usually there's a lot of times for both teams where it'll run down to 0 and they don't call anything. So
yeah, my understanding was it was always just there as a, hey, get used to it. But yeah, they hadn't really seen it be enforced until now. So Maldonado having some traffic early, no outs. The leadoff runner is aboard. And that one is going to miss low. It was off speed to the left-handed batsman, Mateo Valadez. Valadez struck out in the 5th, but he had 2 at-bats in the 5th. Every other at-bat, he has scored a run, 4 runs on the day, and he had a home run back in the 7th. The home run that he hit was only 92 miles an hour off of the bat, that exit velocity, but it caught a wind tunnel and just kept on sailing.
Well, I guess you could say he's pretty valid.
That was a valid comment indeed. Roberts always on top of it. Good pickoff, but safe is Vasquez.
You go back to what you were talking about, the ghost runner, the Manfred rule, having that extra runner. One of the last big like extra inning games that went, games that went a long time that I remember was Buster Posey's walk-off, 17 innings at Oracle Park. There was nothing but seagulls in the left field bleachers when that homer left the yard.
I'm waiting for the day when Ryan could pull up a baseball reference that isn't Giants related. I'm just waiting for it, and I'm going to be so happy.
I know so much about the Giants. Just
The bunt to third baseman Rios, who fields it cleanly, gets the out at first. Just beautiful textbook execution all around. Good bunt from Valadez. Good play from Rios, getting it on the run and transferring that throw off quickly. But now a runner in scoring position for Casey Levitt McGee.
you want a Twins reference that's non-Giants related. I remember when Joe Mauer caught the ball barehanded, he went behind, or it was with his glove, he went behind the screen and caught the ball. And
I remember that one, yeah.
That was I was watching that game. I wasn't there in person.
Ball's in play, bounces through the infield. It looks like that's going to do it to score. Vasquez, the throw home, safe. He got under the tag, but the play was a lot closer than anticipated. Kane did a good job of just holding on to the ball, but by the time he applied the tag, Vasquez was already done with the slide.
That was a lot closer than it looked like. That just tells you the arm strength in right field is just,
Yeah, no doubt. Taylor's the only one who's got that 9-2 put out, at least on this broadcast.
Yeah, that's the only outfield assist we've seen this year is from Cameron Taylor in right field. We've seen other outfield assists, just the main play at home really belongs to that man right there in right field.
Sometimes you just wish, that you have replay systems here, because that was so close.
First pitch to the cleanup batsman, Easton Green, is outside. 1 ball, no strikes. Easton Green, 0 for 3, but 2 sacrifices and 1 RBI today. He's going to swing and miss at that one, even it out. 1 ball, 1 strike. So it looks like Kane is going to catch a full game.
Yeah, Kane Hill getting a good work in here, being behind the plate all game.
And that's going to get away from him.
Jinxed it.
Yeah, it's been
That's
like
a pass
that.
ball for sure.
It's been like that for him today.
Be a plumber is being chanted from one of the supporters.
Don't be a clog, be a plumber.
Don't be a clog. Gotcha. First time I heard that. My vernacular has expanded once again.
Well, I know a lot about clogging. I've clogged a few toilets.
Here's the 2-1. It's low, 3-1.
So yes, I am indeed the clog. I guess you could say you want to be a plunger in this situation.
Well, the pitcher would be the plunger because he unclogs the jam. There's a ground ball, chopper to the shortstop Rivera, who throws it across, but it gets away from Alcantara. Now the run's going to score, and it's 14-9.
And those are plays that you have to make. There's no excuse.
Yeah. That's brutal.
Usually the sure-handed Rivera, who could play all over the infield, not having a good game so far. But you know what? He could turn it around here in a half inning.
Yeah. You're still in the game.
We'll see if a half inning does any difference. 5 runs, that's nothing.
It's an E6 for sure. Here's Jacob Odom. Swung on, out of play. Strike 1.
We'll see. We'll see what Maldonado can do here. If he could get another one of those ground balls to Rivera so they could turn a 6-4-3 double play.
Yeah. make up for.
Because, you know, he wants another shot at it right now.
You only one out from that sack bunt. In the 1-1. Line drive in the air. This looks playable. Manila makes the grab, 2 away.
Good play out there by Javi again. Back into his route. Securing the catch out there.
Javi's so smooth out there in center field. I mean, the way he just patrols the outfield, it just seems like it's so easy for him to just get to the ball.
Yeah, it's an effortless route for him most of the time. Here is Leo Asfar. Asfar gets a 6th plate appearance today. And he's going to chop that one right back to the pitcher. And the catcher's going to pick it up, Hill. And they get the out. Great play from the catcher, Hill. And that's going to wrap up the top of the 9th. They surrendered 2. It's 14-9 as we head into the bottom of the 9th.
Hi, I'm Kane Hill. Thank you for watching the Solano College Sports Network.
I'm Rusty Mays. I'm one of the instructors here at the Solano Community College Aeronautics program here at the Nut Tree Airport. Here at Solano Community College, we really see them thrive and learn. We have a 100% pass rate with their examiner.
I'm Kevin Spolstra, instructor, Solano Community College Aeronautics. At Solano Community College Aeronautics program, we teach the students aviation maintenance. We teach them the general subjects, the airframe subjects, and the power plant subjects. The students will also be prepared to pass their multiple tests from the FAA. At Solano Community College, we also have a partnership with Delta Airlines. Through Delta Tech Ops, students that complete the program, they will be considered for employment as an aviation maintenance technician.
Welcome back to the Solano College baseball broadcast. We're in the bottom of the 9th in this 14-9 ball game. The Eagles are trying to shut it out, but the Falcons have shown bits of life. They put on 4 in the bottom of the 7th. They put on 3 in the bottom of the 3rd. We'll see what else they can muster here in the bottom of the 9th. It's going to be Bryce Alcantara to lead things off, followed by Kane Hill, and then Javier Manila is due up. Going to swing back around. Cooper Dwyer is in the leadoff spot should any of those 3 due up reach base. But this has been a back and forth ball game in terms of momentum.
You know what? Give me a bat. Going up there. I need to be a rally starter. Just kidding. It's going to be Bryce Alcantara, though.
Alcantara, the lefty.
My girlfriend's going to make fun of me for that comment, by the way. She's going to be like, you're so injury prone, you can't do it. She humbles me.
Yeah, there's nothing like loved ones for you that just, you go about your day, feel like a beast, and then you go home.
Get the random, just, nah, that's not you. You ain't it.
Yeah, and you just get a random comment like, oh, you can't dance. Oh, wow.
You're like, where did this even come from?
Where did that come from? Now my day's shot.
I'm all loving and supporting usually. You know what? I'm seeing a rarity right now. We're really at the stretch of, this is spring break for us here at the Solano Community College, and we're down a little bit of people. Drew Kirby, we're missing him right now. He's probably watching the Pacer game. And we're missing Matina on our side camera, so we got Mason Flores doing the camera work over there.
Shout out to Mason.
You can tell he's enjoying himself a bunch.
Yeah, Mason looks very happy over there.
Time of his life. 3-1 is the count.
This is why he shines.
And the pitch. High. So Alcantara, he's going to get on board. The leadoff batsman does. Here's Kane Hill.
You know what? Why not make it interesting, right?
Yeah.
And I don't know if it's Kane Hill. Canehill looks very different if that is him. I got you. Lawrence Westbrook.
Lawrence Westbrook, jersey number 33. It's hard to tell. Again, those camouflage jerseys do a really good job of camouflaging the numbers.
They do their job like we said last time.
I am just blind.
We need to talk about your hat more, though. The Filipino World Series.
Yes,
You're covering that this year, aren't you?
I am. I am one of the producers of the Filipino World Series. We're in our 4th edition. Filipinos from all over the United States. Not just the contiguous United States, but Alaska and Hawaii as well. There's also a Canadian team that's being featured and a Philippine Islands team that's going to be playing in Valley College in Los Angeles this July 26th to August 2nd. So I hope everyone can tune in. It's going to be a great time.
And I think it's just a great opportunity for the Filipino community. I feel like they don't get a lot of love sometimes, as they do. And they're pretty special people. My grandfather is Filipino, not by blood, but through marriage, of course. My mom's parents split, and then her mom married a Filipino man. So then Filipinos have a special place in my heart. He's taught me everything I know about cars, changing oil, and all that stuff.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, no, it's a fun experience, man.
Well, I mean, when you drive a Porsche, you got to know a lot about cars, right?
Oh, yeah, you don't drive a Porsche and not know how to take care of that thing. 2-1. Waved at the other way. Westbrook.
R.I.P.
2-2.
That baseball. If we had parking lot right there, window would for sure be smashed.
Yeah, whenever you, again, to anyone who's watching baseball for the first time, if you go to a new stadium and you see parking that looks too good to be true, do not take it. Chopper to the shortstop, Vasquez. He goes to second.
Wow.
And the throw to first. Got him! It's a double play.
I mean,
6-3 in the books.
Not much to blame there on Westbrook. He put the ball in play. It's just not in the right spot.
A great play from the shortstop.
And it's up to Javier Manila with their final out.
Yeah, Manila today.
Bunt, pulled it back though. Go ahead.
1, 2 for 4. Both infield singles. So, a lot of speed. Again, he's the perfect 9th slot hitter.
Why do I feel like this happens with a lot of closing pitchers and just baseball in general? I feel like they're so wild, but then they make that one great pitch that's so good to hit.
Yeah.
And then they get it in the dirt for a double play just like that.
Yeah.
That's good. That's a good pitcher right there.
Camilo Duvall, who used to be really good.
Yeah.
Used to.
Yeah, well, I mean, I always say this with being a Giants fan. You can't be a Giants fan and not be able to handle Giants torture in the ninth inning.
Yeah.
Giants torture, I mean, winning 3 World Series in 5 years, it seems like a lot of torture to me, guys.
It was the road was very torturous. But, you know, it's funny about Camilo Duvall. He got sent down. I always picture, what does it feel like to be in the minor leagues knowing that you've had a bobblehead? Yeah. You know, you've had a bobblehead and you're an all-star closer, and then now you're back in the minor leagues. Anyways, Falcons are down to their last strike. 2 balls.
Happened to David Bednar, too,
2
on
strike,
the Pirates.
2 out. Here's the pitch. Curveball inside. Good take from Javier Manila. This is a batsman's full house now. Full count to end the ball game, possibly.
Yeah, that if that would have been called strike 3, that.
I think I might have gotten up and yelled at the umpire. I'm not going to lie.
Timeout is called. Manila is going to step back in.
You know what? This is why we regulate our emotions.
Yep.
The wind for the first time today is blowing out. And the payoff pitch. Swing and a miss. That's going to do it. The Laney Eagles take this one 14-9 over the Solano Falcons, who really put up a good fight, but it just seemed like at the end it was too little too late.
Yeah, I mean, Solano, what can you say? They got out to an early lead like I was asking for them to do, and then they showed they were going to put up some fight and come back, and they got it to within 2. But then Laney's offense just took over once again, and Solano, when your pitching's not going good, Eli Blurren, he had a decent start, but then the relief pitching couldn't back it up and help out their offense.
Yeah.
Tough one to swallow, but you'll look to fix it tomorrow.
Yeah. No, I definitely think the pitching wasn't the best. It wasn't as great as it's been for Solano. Their hitting I mean, their hitting did everything that they needed to do. They should have won this game, but when you give up 12 runs, it's just not, you know, it's not going to get the job done.
Yeah, not exactly a winning formula, but, you know, the Falcons, they put up a good fight. Their next broadcast is going to be a home game on Tuesday, the 15th at 2 p.m. versus Marin College. So join us then, but we will see you next time.